Oh, thank you.
Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados right here on Think Critical YouTube. I accidentally hit the button while they were still talking about toys. But,
toys.
We can get back.
We weren't talking. Dylan and I weren't talking about toys.
I wasn't playing with my toys. No,
Scarlet running on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Baroness in a hot tub.
Well, that was on the cartoon. We were talking about the live action. The only good scene.
The only good scene in the live action.
The Snake Eyes Storm Shadow fights are actually pretty good if you don't see the lips on Snake Eyes costume.
Yeah, you got to turn your resolution down and just darken his costume so the villains don't get picked up in the.
That seems like a valuable use of AI. Is just going back on that movie and removing that part altogether.
Yeah, remove that and Marlon Wayans, and put like an Irish guy in as Ripcord, and in a different performance, and you can actually like salvage some of it.
I don't think Marlon Wayans makes the movie worse.
Chat, tell Wes how much worse.
No, I just think the movie is terrible. I mean, he's terrible, but the entire film is terrible.
The accelerator suits were the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So. And
that was tough.
The black costumes on everyone.
I liked Brendan Fraser's 2 seconds as Gung Ho. He just shows up for 2 seconds.
Sergeant Stone.
I thought he was, wasn't he? I thought he was Gung Ho.
I loved Sienna Miller as Baroness, though. She stole the show for me and my heart.
Well, it's the problem with the accelerator suits is what we always talk about. It's when someone comes onto a project and they're like, well, how do I get my idea for this other thing I didn't get to do and cram it into what I'm doing? And so Stephen Sommers had pitched a movie called Accelerator that was about those suits. So when he got the G.I. Joe movie, it was like, well, I'm going to put him in there. And it's awful.
Retribution is still a great movie. Or Retaliation.
I hate the movie or the moment where they inject the one dude with nanites and turn his face into Destro. Yeah, but it's like a mirror ball instead of like a Destro helmet.
Yeah, and Christopher Eccleston goes. He goes. I've finally taken my place amongst the other Destros.
Yeah,
it's just
a good actor too.
Acting. Yeah, Eccleston's great. He was completely miserable, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just the look of Cobra Commander throughout the entire movie, enormous miss.
The weird, like clear, goofy shaped mask. Yeah, no, just give him. That's the reason why I loved the one with The Rock, because
Cobra Commander looked like themselves.
Yes, and mountain climbing ninjas.
That was cool. That was a cool.
It's
scene.
Still one of the coolest scenes. Honestly, if Duke wouldn't have died in the opening scene, that would have made the movie like Channing Tatum was solid as Duke. I would have loved to see him throughout the entire movie with Roadblock and the rest.
Plus, you're in your Channing Tatum phase after Magic Mike. I get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum was much better in the second one too, and like the 5 minutes he's in it, he's so much better than he is in Rise of Cobra. But making Flint like a 5'6" parkour guy was weird. That was
he's
so
just and he kind of just seemed like a himbo. Like Flint had like no agency. I did like Pilecki as Lady J. Even though
that was
she didn't really look the part, but she's great. Coming up the stairs in the evening gown, like
when she has to seduce like the senator or whatever, she's out for a jog. I remember that scene. That was.
I mean, she was much more Scarlet than Lady J, but.
All right, Doc, you can finally admit the real reason that you like that G.I. Joe movie.
What?
You
Bruce
think
Willis?
it's in the Fantastic Four universe? Not Fantastic Four, the Fast and
Furious.
Furious.
No, the Fast and Furious? Yeah, well, yes, I do. I still have headcanon that Triple X
terrible
and the G.I. Joe movies and the Fast and the Furious are all in the same franchise. Because Dom eventually becomes Triple X, and then Roadblock or Hobbs becomes Roadblock.
Yeah, that's why he likes the movie.
I mean,
even though it was better than the first one, it wasn't very good, unfortunately.
But when you compare it to the first one, it was light years ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You know what? If that would have been the first G.I. Joe movie, people would have been like, I'm going to go see another one.
Probably would have had a better chance. We will have Rini join us at some point. She says she's on the way. So that'll be good.
I hope she brings donuts this time. Gee.
Man, AL sent us donuts in Dallas. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that German chocolate one was amazing.
Yeah. The German chocolate one was the best.
I got 2 of them. I'm glad you got one because I split one with Nick Weiser for dinner the night before. I was like, Nick, have you eaten yet? And he's like, no, man. I was like, dude, have a effing muffin, please. So,
You were just handing out our muffins.
I'm
Nobody-
sharing.
Also, Nick Weiser is on the muffin list.
I didn't say he wasn't on the muffin list, but you don't have to share the German chocolate ones. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, they really were. Those were so good.
I'd had German chocolate cake in like 9 years. You denied me a second, tasting.
You know what? I'm sorry about that because you could have used all the energy and good spirits and AL. Thank you so much for fronting and gifting us with those delicious. They were muffins, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were
Cupcakes.
Yeah,
They were cupcakes.
they were cupcakes. They were delicious. All right, Dylan. So you're going, or you've been going to the Emerald City Comic Con. You've been 2 days so far.
Yep.
What's happened so far? Has it been awesome?
Yeah, it's been a good time. Got some comics. Got to meet Jeff Loeb, Rod Reese. Got to meet Jason Aaron. And went to a Chris Claremont panel. That was really fun. So
Did he
Had a
try
good
to
time.
retcon you?
no, Jason Aaron was nice when I met him. And Jeff Loeb gave me a nice story about it because I told him I liked how he brought Robin with Dark Victory. And how he used them in last Halloween. He's like, yeah, Tim was completely against bringing in Robin. He said he didn't want to draw kids. And then when he first started drawing Robin, he doesn't have kids. So he's like, in one issue, he'd be 7 years old. And the next, he'd be 11. So I had to tell him, River Phoenix and Stand By Me. Just do that every issue. That's what he should look like. that was fun talking to him.
Cool. That's a good conversation, man.
Yeah.
And the panel on Claremont was pretty good because I think he said that he just crapped all over Krakoa.
Yeah, he crapped over Krakoa because he talked about how he was like junior editor or assistant editor or whatever to Len Wein at the time. And so they just occasionally he would get to put his ideas in and they didn't know how to get rid of Krakoa. So he gave his idea how to get rid of it. And they did. And he's like, Krakoa is the dumbest thing I ever heard of. And I thought, thank God we're done with that. We'll never see that ever again.
Didn't work out that way.
Unfortunately.
So was there any buzz at the con regarding DCKO number 5 or this Green Lantern trip? What are the people talking about?
I haven't heard anyone discussing that now.
You don't just talk to the civilians at the con?
No, the most talking I get to is on the like half-mile walk there. I have people in purple vests asking if I care about trans rights.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
That's how it is in Seattle. That's what you get hit with.
Did anyone
But you got
recognize
you got some Jonah Hex, huh?
Yeah, I got some Jonah Hex. I picked up some John Carter yesterday. Got some Punisher. I've got some picked up some good stuff.
Like John Carter at Mars?
Yes.
Ooh.
What are those, Dynamite
Like
or something?
Bronze Age
No,
Marvel?
this is Marvel.
Nice.
Oh,
Those are pretty cool books. Did anyone
Yeah.
recognize you from the show, Dylan?
No one has recognized me.
Don't worry. Keep trying.
I'm
I
just
don't think
Yeah.
we're a big deal in Seattle. I don't think we meet their sensibilities outside of Sully.
Well, we are in Boston. I mean, I got recognized twice. I was like, dude, well, I was wearing the shirt.
we
too.
are known amongst racists. That is true.
Golly, ya lo fucking no te calles, chango.
Hell, even Sparrow gets stopped every once in a while in California.
I got recognized yesterday.
Dude, I mean, and seriously, Dylan, the face of my city is a black Dominican named Big Papi. So, I mean, it's the 21st century.
Krakoa was
feel
not
it.
created in the late 90s or late 2000s. Krakoa is in the giant size X-Men issue. That's the
Right.
island that they're on. That's eating the mutants and feeding on them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
1975.
yeah. So who recognized you, Sparrow? Did you get like a free burger out of it or something cool?
Well, there's places I get recognized are Disneyland, Disney stores, which I don't even know if many exist anymore. But
That's
and
the Darkwing
occasionally-
crowd.
Yeah, occasionally comic book stores. So I was in Rancho Cucamonga yesterday, and that's a real place. And you know,
Spearmint Rhino?
No, I was hanging out with a friend. There's like a new, like kind of like industrial complex. There's like a bunch of industrial complexes, and they've got this huge Amazon warehouse out there. But they opened this new kind of like, it's a very Orange County style shopping center with a bunch of different restaurants. So it was like, oh, cool, they got some different stuff over there. Let's go over to Tacos El Cholo and get some tacos. And then there's like a Japanese cheesecake place called Uncle Tetsu that I get this amazing like ube Japanese cheesecake, you know, with the caramelized top. Oh, mwah, chef's kiss. But there's a comic book store out there, 4-Color Fantasies. And I've done, you know, I did a signing for them years ago for Free Comic Book Day, back when Darkwing was coming out. And so I was like, I want to pop in. I want to pick up some books. You know, I want to actually have some stuff to recommend this week, you know, on Aficionados to make sure I get into the comic book store. And so when I was in there, I got recognized by one of the fans that was like, you know, hey, you're on Thinking Critical, you know, and it was like, oh yeah, you know, like don't take a swing at me, I hope. But and then the owner recognized me from, you know, having written Darkwing Duck, and then one of his guys was like, you know, oh, is Kneel Before Doomface out, you know, yet? And I was like, I just paid the print bill, so it will be out soon. We're probably 8 weeks away from it arriving at fulfillment, 6 to 8, they tell me. So you know, got to have that conversation. And then Chris at 4-Color Fantasies was like, what are you doing on Free Comic Book Day? And I was like, I don't have any plans. And he was like, it's our 20th anniversary. Do you want to come sign? And I was like, sure, because I'll probably have my books by then. And it'd be cool. So yeah, so I booked a signing date over at 4-Color Fantasies in Rancho.
Holy crap, dude.
Nice.
You get a little
That is
payday out
awesome.
of it. You got a little recognition. Got to talk about some fucking Darkwing and Kneel Before Doomface.
And I got the creator discount on my books, which I thought was really, really nice. So, you know, it was a win all around.
Yeah, everything's looking up Sparrow. And you got a cheesecake with ube on it?
No, it's an ube cheesecake. So
Oh,
it's,
that
you know,
sounds
delicious. Awful. Oh, it's so good. You don't even know.
Motherfucker, I live in the Philippines. They put ube in
it,
everything, and I do know.
No, this is the Japanese people.
Ube is not my favorite.
I got half of it still in the fridge that I'm going to enjoy tonight. So,
Hello. I'm a chef. I had to look this up. So hi, Rini.
Ube is like a purple sweet potato.
It's a yam. Yeah.
They pretend is a fucking dessert here.
Dude, I've had azuki bean pastries from the Asian bakery that we have here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I fell in love with it. I was like, what a clever use of red beans. I never thought to use it as to sweeten it and put it, you know, in a pastry. It really rocks. So I'm like, I'm interested in this purple thing.
So you're making
red beans are so good.
Not as a dessert. You don't put it in the. What are you doing to Sully? You're ruining him, Reedy.
What?
I got your picture.
You do not put beans in your
Sully had great opinions till then.
Yeah,
I ruined it all. No, there's like tons of red beans in Chinese food and pastries. We eat like red beans and buns and stuff.
I love red beans and rice. It's delicious. You throw it into a fucking halo, it's not cool anymore.
Oh, well.
Have you had halo?
No, so
It's
I have no comment on that.
It's a shaved ice with like condensed milk poured in it with some cubes of like Jello, and then they put beans at the bottom, and then shreds of coconut and some ube into it, and then you're supposed to mix it. It's hollow beans mix.
Yeah, we call that tua bing in Taiwan, so it's basic. Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah, you get it without the beans, and it's a proper dessert. You get it with the beans.
No, it's great with beans.
No, that doesn't cold beans, ice cold beans. No,
cool beans.
I don't know. It sounds to me like it could be good.
Just causing controversy.
What the hell happened to Sparrow? He was being normal today. So how you doing, Rini? I know that you've got a Kickstarter and an Indiegogo going right now. Is that true?
Yes, that's still going. You
were like 50 cents away from 80,000 or something total.
Yeah. And let's see. I think I'm really close to getting to what is it? 80,000 total.
It's 80,000. My bad.
Yeah. So it's very close. So Yes, the Kickstarter and the Indiegogo are for the same book. It's for my comic Fiendish, chapter 3, the third chapter of my fantasy series. So if you guys are interested in fantasy and cool stuff like that, then check it out and help us get to 80K. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any pages
100K?
you'd like to share or whatever, you can share them up. I'll put them up on the screen at some point. But congratulations, huge success.
I've just been, I'm in the drawing trenches, man. I've just been in the mines, slaving away on pages. I'm a little over halfway done with the inks. So I'm just hammering away at it. I'm trying to I'm going to be art complete by summer. We're printing this summer and then fulfilling. So I didn't realize that we're almost at 80K, but I'm very grateful.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
thank you guys.
Oh yeah, so you're like pennies away from 80,000 total between the two.
Woo!
So what are you more successful on right now, Kickstarter or Indiegogo?
Right now, I am more successful on Indiegogo, though it's probably because I have a track record of launching campaigns on Indiegogo. I think this is like my 6th campaign on that platform, and this Kickstarter is my first ever Kickstarter campaign. So a Kickstarter only audience, anyone coming in who's new, would probably want to see me fulfill a book and see the account actually be proven before they'd back a book. So it's not surprising that the Kickstarter isn't up to the Indiegogo numbers, but what I did notice is Kickstarter is great for new customers and organic growth. So I could just let it sit there and new people would find my campaign because it's just such a big platform. So it's been an interesting little experiment running them both.
Are you going to run them both again?
Yeah. The plan is to do both. I'm really liking the system.
I put the link to both in the chat for anybody who needs it. Go check it out. Let's get Rini over 80,000. Let's try to push towards 6 figures. That would be amazing.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. You know what? If I can get my camera on, I have some pages here. I showed it on my weekly show on Thursday, but I can show you guys some pages right now. Camera, how do I do this?
If you're interested in Rini's YouTube channel, there's a link in the video description as well as links to both campaigns as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow, we're going full screen.
Oh no. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen some of these. But here's one of the pages. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm like zooming way in. This page I can show in full. Yeah. This one is I was surprised at how popular this page was, because it's a comic about hunting demons, and it's like got this dark backstory where my main character's whole hometown was destroyed by demons, so they're hunting demons. But there's this is a rare tender moment, and people really gravitated towards that. So I was surprised. Oh my gosh, people like emotions and stuff. Yeah.
Your inks are so gorgeous, and when you do a forest scene, like it reminds me of Jeff Smith and Bone, like just the amount of detail that's in there.
That's very high praise. Thank you so much.
I love it. This is good stuff. I mean, seeing it on paper with actual inks, it just, you can feel the artist's hand behind this in a way that I feel that digital lacks. Like digital has kind of this totality of black. And it's not as fine, and it's not as the artist's hand with an actual ink on paper. I can feel it, I can see it, and I love it.
That's really cool to hear.
Have you ever considered doing a manga edition? Where you just do the inks, and because your inks are so it's really great to see them without the colors on them. I
agree. I love that black and white
as well.
I should get some more pages. Hold on, I'll get some more pages. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, we're never going to complain about seeing more of your pages.
Ever.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that she basically stole my likeness and put it onto that character? It basically looks like me without a beard.
That's great.
Well, yeah, because I'm pretty.
That's
I get that part,
that's her
but
hero,
I feel like I should get some likeness rights.
Casimir.
I've had three blonde guys tell me that I think the character looks like me. It's fine. I'm happy to provide the representation. I'm sorry. What was the question about? I apologize.
I was just being a dumbass saying that you stole my likeness.
No, someone asked. No, it's.
Oh, I'd asked if you had ever considered doing like a manga edition.
Like a taco bar.
Oh yeah. Well, funny thing is, Fiendish has a Japanese edition. I got the first 3 books, which is chapter 1, chapter 2, and I have a chapter 2.5, which is a gaiden. And a gaiden is basically an extra supplemental story. It's a manga term. And I got all of those books translated into Japanese. And I printed these smaller digest size. They're manga-sized volumes of all of those chapters. So Fiendish exists in a Japanese edition. The Japanese edition is also available on Global Comics, but you can order those smaller manga-sized books on the store as well. So yeah, I'm obviously very influenced by manga. So I've drawn the comic with a Japanese edition in mind from the start.
Well, Irene, and
seriously, Sparrow, look at the bangs. That is me.
Right? You are that pretty.
It's like you're looking in a mirror. Oh my god!
You removed my beard and then stole my likeness.
Wow, Irene,
those are definite.
Before I even knew you,
Wes, those are definitely your tits.
What? In all seriousness, I'd like to talk to you after the show about how much you want for that page.
Oh my gosh!
Yes,
funny thing is, I do have my original art on they're for sale on the Indiegogo, not the Kickstarter, but on the Indiegogo. You can buy original art. So
I love the composition of that page.
Want original art.
Seriously, that's a beautiful page.
Yeah, thank you. And that page is probably for sale, but this one is not, and I just dropped it. Good job.
Oh my goodness.
This one is the one I'm most proud of. I just finished this. I'm only showing half of it because the bottom part is spoilery, I guess, kind of. But yeah.
Wow.
No, this is.
I think we could have got a little more detail in there, you know?
Yeah.
Can you stop
what a negative space.
I should have zoomed. I forgot to draw this little figure right on the tip of this this tentacle right here. I should just start over.
You obviously missed like 5 tentacles right there.
You were needed in the 1980s for like heavy metal album covers.
Oh yeah, born too late. Oh my gosh. Speaking of demons, there are demons, many of them. So action and romance alike. But yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Thanks for letting me show those off. And if you're interested in the original art pages, head to the Indiegogo. Cheers.
Well, very, very cool. And definitely go support Rainey on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all the other sites out there. I got links to all of it in the video description. And you do a weekly show now, right?
Yeah, well, it's a rotating show, so it's not always on my channel. But if you just follow me on X/Twitter, I'll post a link. It's a show that I do with 3 other creators. We talk comics. We, shoot the shit. The joke is we're very rude to each other. So we talk about comics while being extremely rude to each other, and it's very memeable, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah,
it feels like you stole the premise for my show too.
Oh, no, we are way less professional. We don't even attempt to act like civilized adults. So yeah, your show is way more well put together. We're not even trying, but it is fun. So
complete bozo on a weekly basis.
It's called Panel Breakers. So come find us.
Definitely go find the Panel Breakers. Sounds like fun. Yeah. Who's the other creators?
There's Phil Diaz, who's the creator behind. He's got a bunch of series because he's a writer, so he can juggle 3 or 4 different books. Unlike a writer artist, me, I can only do one because I don't have time. But yeah, Lost Pages. Right now, he's doing a Western comic, The Man with No Strings. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of stuff. Is Zaid Comics. Zaid Comics is his company, so you can go to the website zaidcomics.com. And then there's also Pear, who did he does Earthbound, and he's he also his
For the
creator owned
channel.
stuff. I'm so bad
Love
at
his
promoting
work.
my friends. Oh my gosh. But yeah. But he also he's doing Grand Prix right now, which is also an Earthbound property. But he did Vatican City with Mark Millar a while ago, so he's definitely up there. He knows what he's doing. And there's also Jake, who doesn't have his comic out yet, but it's a lot of fun. His comic is Carnal the Barbarian. So if you like super raunchy, kind of like it's like Futurama meets manga meets raunchy fantasy comedy kind of stuff, then you should check out his stuff. So yeah, we're all over the spectrum. We've got the actual superhero and Western guy. There's Pear, who is just him. He's very unique. It's just his style. And then Jake's like comedy, and I'm the dark, angry fantasy person.
Well, if you want to be very unprofessional, I would suggest aim it at Dylan. He's been a real jerk lately.
No, why would I
Tell
do
me
that?
about it.
Busting
What
my
I
nuggets
do.
for no reason. Mhm. Making fun of me because I'm old.
What I do.
Yeah, right. Now he's
Aw.
showing off his like Superman curl and his bangs. Nobody likes that.
Oh wow,
you do have a bit of a Superman curl
Exactly.
there,
girl,
yeah.
man.
That was not on
Clark
accident.
Kent, man.
He's trying to make Sparrow and me look bad.
You would
No,
make a
when
good
Dylan came
Superboy
into the-
Prime.
When Dylan came on stage, I heard a faint dun, 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 dun,
This happens everywhere, you know.
so Sully, we did get DCKO number 5. It's a
heard.
topic we might not get to. It was a
Uh-huh.
finale of the big event from Scott Snyder,
Uh-huh.
Javier Fernandez on art. I thought it was fine for what it
Uh-huh.
was. I wasn't losing my mind thinking, man, this thing is absolutely amazeballs. Kind of disappointing for some of the stuff that they built up. But it felt to me like he Snydered it. He made the story and the consequences so enormously over the top that there wasn't a way to end it in a satisfying way.
Right. But overall, it was fine and it was fun. The art was nice. My favorite part was it referenced Doomsday Clock and it referenced Clark's relevance on the DC universe and multiverse. That yes, Superman, you are pretty much like everything revolves around you, the entire DC multiverse. And then it had like the asterisks and then the good old narrative caption box that said, Doomsday Clock. And I'm like, that's cool. Because I thought that Doomsday Clock was probably the best crisis level story done in a long time and probably fixed a lot of damage too done by New 52 and Rebirth. And, and that was a really good thing for me. But overall, I didn't buy it. I only bought the first issue, and that's where I learned don't buy a blind bag, because my blind bag, it was dinged. It had a ripple on the top. There was a corner, and that's upon opening the bag. And I'm like, what a jip. And I don't mean to say that like in a persecutorial way. But I've seen this before. I mean, Superman versus Darkseid. I mean, specifically Superman versus Darkseid. That's the finale of Justice League Unlimited, which was done great. And specifically for me, Grant Morrison's Final Crisis. It was almost a retelling of Final Crisis. I've seen this before, and I think they've gone to Darkseid way too many times as the big bad versus DCU. I mean, I'm so sick of seeing Darkseid. That's why I didn't buy into DCKO. I'm like, Darkseid again? It's like, oh, Meatloaf again? I mean, there's only so many ways you can serve meatloaf. You know what I mean? There needs to be something better. But overall, as a crisis level story, it was pretty fun and entertaining. I mean, 15 years ago when I had a dedicated crisis long box that was curated and filed like, chronologically, it was so fun. DCKO would have had a home in my DC crisis long box, if I still had that going on.
Man, but it's basically the same exact ending as Dark Knight's Death Metal, except this time Superman is enormous, and instead of Wonder Woman,
instead of Wonder Woman,
they're fighting through time and multiverses and space.
Yeah, you're right.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
And the obligatory setup page for the next level titles. You know, I usually love. Okay, I'll admit to you, I love smoking a joint and then looking at that splash page with every single hero crammable in there. You know, back from George Perez up until like Phil Jimenez and Infinite Crisis, and just that big page with all the DC heroes that and just try to identify each and every one of them. And we got that page, and it was almost like a half a page, But overall, it was fun, but it did not get my $1. Although I'd be interested in reading the trade paperback when it gets collected. I'll give it a chance.
He was all right. He was fine, Dylan.
The first 4 issues I enjoyed, even though it was a complete lie on the premise with the bracket and everything. But I enjoyed the first 4 issues. Issue 5. Art was great, very pretty book, but he did Snyder himself. He got way too much of the cosmic gobbledygook, and like the whole time they're fighting, it's just empty words for the narration. It's just a bunch of nothingness that means absolutely nothing. And then we get the ending and the setup where it's like, turns out this entire event could have been one oversized one shot instead of a 5-issue event that sidelined several other books and had a bunch of tie-ins.
You didn't like the moment where it was like, and then Superman throws his arm back and hits a neutrino star and creates a starburst before punching Darkseid. Like,
didn't even say what flavor starburst. So wasn't. No,
it was just
orange. It's always orange.
It's strawberry.
Orange is not the best starburst. It's better than the lemon.
Thinking about lemon makes me pucker in my mouth.
Cherry is the best starburst. Rini, you know this, right? It's cherry, right?
Sure.
You don't eat starburst.
I have. It's not a common occurrence.
Oh, well. Did you get to watch? What's up?
I've disagreed with the host enough on food already. I wanna stay on everyone's good side.
What were you?
I mean, Perch would tell you that Wes endorses Arby's, so his you can just ignore his culinary recommendations or opinions.
Okay.
So pour one out in the chat for Perch, everybody. Perch had some travel delays because of the ongoing conflict. He was supposed to fly through Qatar, and he wasn't able to, and it caused him an enormous amount of headache this week. But I think he got where he was going, unfortunately. But no, Arby's is delicious. But we're not here to debate Arby's. Arby's is amazing. Reedy, are you getting enough time to watch the television and stuff like that? I know you're doing a lot of art. Did you get to watch like the big show everyone's talking about?
No.
But Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
No, I want to. Oh my gosh! Every week, when I'm on a show, someone will ask me, and I still haven't watched it.
I heard
it's good. I heard it's good. I did read the books, so I do want to watch it. It's George actually finishing the story, and it's wholesome. It seems like it's adapted well. It seems like there isn't any BS in it, so I'm glad to hear that. I hope it continues.
Did you get to see it yet, Dylan?
Yeah, I watched every. We were talking about it like a couple weeks ago, and you said you hadn't watched it yet. Have you watched it?
I've watched it. I finished it this week. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I really liked it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish it was like these weird streaming seasons of like 5 to 8 episodes are driving me insane now.
Well, they talked about it, and like George wanted it to be like a 2-hour movie, and
that's what it should have been.
Yeah, so that's why it was like 30-minute episodes, and so that's how they worked it out. It was like, we're just going to do 30-minute episodes for this. And so, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of annoying week to week where just after 30 minutes it was over. But it was just because it was so good, I wanted more. So at least it had a good problem for once.
Yeah, I like the main character and the little boy. Their relationship is endearing.
Yeah, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the main character is so stupid that he doesn't realize he's getting himself in trouble. But by the end, he's smart enough to realize it and still do it because he's heroic. So he just kind of keeps getting himself in pickles with all the powerful families in the kingdoms.
Yeah, I love Sir Dunk. He's great.
Yeah, he's pretty big too.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 6'5". I love Sir Arlen. I love Arlen Pennytree. His night.
I love when he's slapping him around. That was great.
I love it, man. When he's there in Flea Bottom, he's like, "By the mother, leave that boy be." That was great.
Yeah. Anybody else going to check that one out? Or is everyone skipping out on the Game of Thrones stuff now?
I may check it out now that so many people have recommended it as a genuine heroic story and not a nihilistic nightmare. So I'm interested in checking it out, but I haven't not yet.
It's great, and it's so far removed from everything else Game of Thrones that like if you're tainted on anything else Game of Thrones, it doesn't matter. Just if you want like a more like a heroic medieval story, there you go.
Yeah. There's the nihilism that's present throughout all Game of Thrones is there in pockets, but it's side stuff, and it's overcome by the hero. Like
I'll buy it sight unseen. I'll buy it sight unseen to put next. I just got the Ultra 4K box set of Game of Thrones because I was drunk and I was buying stuff off of Amazon. I was like, I need that. And
you're like my mom on the shopping channel.
Yeah, the shopping network. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What a lost potential. Has there ever been a case of more?
I will say this, at least my YouTube feed has been giving me shorts for months, like clips of the last seasons. And I got to say, it's the actors, it's the ensemble that holds the show together, their performance in character. I favor that over the story any day. I mean, come on, that Arya versus Sir Brienne there, like when they're training in Winterfell, I love that scene. I can watch that over and over again. You know, Littlefinger's execution. I love that scene.
I absolutely despise that Littlefinger goes from like the smartest, most Machiavellian fucking villain in the history of television to being a complete dumbass and just handing over the key to the North to some asswipe who he doesn't even know who he is, so she can be, abused, and then be like, "Oh, I had no idea." Your little.
Well, it's like when you let
you had no idea.
It's like when you let a Dan Slott write a Tony Stark or a Reed Richards. Like once you're off book and you're no longer, dealing with George's material, which is written, in a smart way and the characters are smart, and you hand it off to the two chuckle heads that finished the series.
D&D.
Yeah, it's like you have to be somewhat intelligent to write smart characters because you have to, even if you're not a genius, you have to be able to imagine what a genius is in this world. And
I mean, it really is just because the books weren't done, and also it was a combined factor of the books weren't done, but D&D, the adapters duo, they were rushing because they wanted to work on some Star Wars project that ended up getting thrown off of because Game of Thrones sucked so much at the end. But the thing is, in the books, I don't have any doubt that what happened to all the characters would have happened. They would end up at the same end point, but it's how it happened that is the master plan. That you need George's brain to do all the nuanced character evolution instead of just, oh my god, Dany heard some bells and then she just went crazy and burned down King's Landing. Like there was no gradual explanation.
That's because she was inbred.
Well, that too is probably why. Literally, that's why. But yeah, like, even with Littlefinger in the books, you can see him planning for all these things, and he just started becoming dumber and dumber and losing IQ points as the show went on. And this makes no sense.
Well, in the books, in fairness, he sends off Sansa's best friend to be married, and they have never seen Sansa, so they don't realize it's not really her, which is really, really smart.
Yes,
because now he's ready to deal with somebody, but he hasn't given anything valuable. It's terrible what happens to her.
Like the TV show, they changed they wanted to simplify things. So the whole thing with Sansa being married off to Bolton, in the show, I remember D&D saying they wanted to simplify storylines and merge character storylines. Well, you can't do that with everybody. There's so many things that are contingent on the fact that it wasn't actually Sansa being married off back to Winterfell, and she had a whole entire different plot point in the Vale, so it was just completely ruined. And Lady Stoneheart wasn't in there. As soon as I knew Lady Stoneheart wasn't in there, I knew this is done with. It's just going to suck from now on.
I missed Patches the most.
My friend, when we were watching it, my friend turned into the critical drinker when the after show where I think it's Benioff is talking about Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet, and my friend was like, "Oh, F you show, F off show," he was so mad, and it was like, what a dumb excuse. It's like she forgot. No, you forgot. It was the writer forgot.
They just thought they stopped caring. It's just. I'm still mad. I'm never. Well,
and the dialogue just goes down to crap. It's all expository. It's never character building or character enlightening anymore. They need to speak so they can go to the next scene. And they establish whatever, and you kind of move on. The only time I felt like I was getting good character moments, truly, was maybe right before the battle at Winterfell. And then right after the celebration when Dany's a complete outsider and everybody's celebrating amongst her friends and family that they've known their entire lives, and she has nobody there. It's kind of realizing, oh, shit. This might not be a good place to be because obviously I'm the outsider here, even though I want to rule this. But other than that, you don't really get much character stuff.
These are things you could have built on if you had any interest in doing it. Ryan George does the best season 8 breakdown in pitch meeting where the writers the writer keeps going like, I don't know, there's just not enough time to deal with that. And the HBO executive's like, you can have more time. And it's like, no, there's just not enough episodes. I mean, we'll give you more episodes. No, I just don't have the room.
No, Brian George's great work.
They were moving, it would take to go from Winterfell down to like King's Landing. It would take 7 episodes in a season. Because it was so far away. And then you get those last 2 seasons, they're just moving all the way across continents in one episode.
They just teleport.
The guy runs across the behind the wall. He runs back to the wall and brings the cavalry.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
I just had a rewatch of Game of Thrones, and it's just as disappointing when you finally get to that stupid speech from Tyrion about Bran the Broken. You're just like, no fucking way. This can't be what it is.
Yeah, again, the thing is, I think in the books, if it's ever going to be finished, which I have doubts about, I do think there is a pathway to that ending, but it would feel right because he would take the time to set everything up and it would all make sense.
Why would the three-eyed raven have time to be the king? He has way bigger responsibilities as the keeper of the history and stories of the realm. The one dude was stuck in a tree.
You're thinking too much about this. It might be a role that's more than the king. It's like, oh, he's just like the supreme bookkeeper, and then he had the actual hand of the king is running everything. He wouldn't be a king, really. It would be something more than that. But it was that didn't surprise me that Bran was made king at the end, because George has had this thing with from the start. He said he wants to write stories about broken people and people that you don't think would be the heroes of a story, and I quite like that, but it has to be done right, and the show obviously didn't do that right.
I thought there was some weird kind of academic postmodern push towards some democratic socialism, because Bran cannot reproduce. He will have no heir, and therefore the king, the line of kings, the line of Starks are all done anyway. Rickon's dead. Robb's dead. Jon is not a Stark. Even if he gets a new spear wife, he doesn't matter.
Jon is a Stark. That's all established. That he's a Stark and a Targaryen.
Yeah, but he can't pass the name on. Not like Robb or Rickon would.
Bran's the king. He can call him Robb Stark or Jon Stark if he wants to.
He got all the forgiveness he deserves.
Stannis almost did it.
Hater Dave.
The one true king, Stannis.
Build a tree cave under King's Landing and kidnap a kid who has weird dreams and train him to be the next three-eyed raven. That's how the king's lineage continues.
Like Batman and Robin, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hater Dave in the chat has a good point that I think that we forget all the time, which is just the absolute destruction of Stannis's character.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. That was where I was like, this is not going well and I am not happy.
Oh yeah, when he finally decides to burn up his daughter. But they've been teasing that for 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I never bought it. In the show, within the context of the show, I never bought that would happen.
Yeah, because as far as honor goes, he's second to Ned Stark as a man of honor. So it doesn't really feel, or it doesn't feel like it's in character when you watch it.
No, that was one of those moments where it was I was starting to break from my disbelief could not be held, and someone in chat said the trend is for heroes to be damaged. Yeah, I do think the Song of Ice and Fire books and Game of Thrones went a little too postmodernist, and I wonder if that's probably the reason he's having trouble finishing it. He took a break from that. I wrote A Knight of Seven Kingdoms, the Dunk and Egg stories, which is wholesome and heroic because you need heroic morality. Otherwise, like as a writer, you're probably just wallowing in this sadness. Like that is soul crushing, right? I know it's fun to deconstruct things, but you can't exist in that world permanently. It's not human.
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly nihilistic, which is the exact opposite, really, vibe of Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is enjoyable. I just wish it was so much more. Wish it was 10 1 hour episodes at a minimum rather than 8, or I think it's 6 like 30 to 35-minute episodes.
Yeah,
but there are some really cool characters in there. I love the Targaryen brother. Dude.
I love Lionel Baratheon. I wanted more of him. He was great.
Hilarious.
But in hindsight, was House of the Dragon worth it?
House of the Dragon sucks. The first season's okay. Second season's terrible.
Yeah, I watched the first season and I was like, this is fine. But I was like, I don't know that I want to keep going on it. So I hadn't watched an episode of the second.
It's even worse the second season. Second season's terrible. Not worth it.
Yeah, the love story between uncle and niece just is not for me.
That's not even the problem with it. The big problem is like it's supposed to be like the blacks versus the greens, like which which side you're taking. Are they both justified? The show very much is like Rhaenyra's in the right and she's the good one, and then the greens are the bad ones and they're the ones that aren't justified. And it's like, well, you kind of take out a big part of what should be interesting in the show when the showrunners are taking a side.
Yeah, I read the book a while ago and it was like, this is a tragedy. This is like there are no winners. There's only losers, but the bloodline goes on, Not like with the Starks.
All right, let's hear for the people. Calb says, yes, James Gunn. I've always dreamed about wanting to see a Green Lantern show set in the desert, written by Tom King and Damon White Guilt Lindelof.
They're the White Guilt Lanterns, the two of them together.
That's a great. Oh, dude, I see. DC needs to hire you. Think about it, man.
I just love that they keep giving me stuff that I'm just like writing down, and I'm like, God, I gotta hurry up production on. I gotta get Phase 1 out and start
soon.
locking 2 and 3. Because I got so much material. They keep giving me so much material to make fun of.
Well, here you go. White Guilt Night. There you go.
It's nice to hear that Damon Lindelof thinks green is corny, and so they took it out of Green Lantern and just named the show Lanterns. Mm-hmm. That's nice to hear. That's who you want running your Green Lantern show.
And then when they're talking about mythos, they're talking about the mythos, things that are central to the character, and he's laughing like how stupid is that? Yeah, that's good job, guys. Good job. I mean, you pick the two right hacks if you want to destroy the Green Lantern mythos. You get two people who don't respect the property. Tom King respects no property because it's just always I'm going to write about me and my mommy wife and my PTSD. And then you got Damon Lindelof, who is just going to try and make people think, aren't I? I'm one of the good white ones. To pat me on the back, give me a cookie, and he's going to force that into everything like he did with that god-awful Watchmen show. And then Sean Gunn comes out and he's like, Damon Lindelof's a comic fanatic. He did Watchmen. You guys are all embarrassing yourselves. And it's like, no, you just praised the Watchmen show. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself worse than you did in Atlantic City when I cock-blocked you from picking up on that drunk girl. This is worse embarrassment.
And like a parallel to real comics, like, does anyone extol before Watchmen? Remember that big thing, like the different books before Watchmen? I see the hardcover.
The only thing Watchmen adjacent that I like is Doomsday Clock. Otherwise, you can throw the rest of it all out.
Nobody talks about before Watchmen.
Nobody does. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
This is my favorite part of this comment is Callum comes back with a sick burn on Sully. He says, and somehow I know Eric will give it the benefit of a doubt.
Ooh, shots fired.
I love you, Callum. You challenge me and you provoke great conversation here at our marketplace of ideas, and I love it. And I mean that, Callum. And good day to you.
Are you ready for a more grounded brown take on Green Lanterns?
There was a couple. We should maybe put a pin in this and bring it up during the conversation when the topic comes up. There's just so much. The whole show is just brown. Shades it is brown. Now. I'm like, we're not giving room to give setup for payoff here. We're there, it's the first trailer. I think that like maybe the color palette
probably cause some excitement for Green Lantern fans in that first trailer.
Sure, but are they marketing towards us? No, they want to get the normies. Let's bring the normies in. So I'm thinking
it's possible to bring the normies in by making a Green Lantern show that appeals to
looks
Green
like
Lantern
Green Lantern fans.
The reason
Green Lanterns is only
what are the
stood
reasons
the test of time for over 80 years.
But there was that one Ryan Reynolds movie was bad, so we can't ever do Green Lantern ever again.
Oh, I know so much.
That's the lesson that was learned.
Wes and I could do a whole show about what I know about the production of that Green Lantern movie. Oh.
Well, let's do it, dude.
Yeah,
Don't threaten me with a good time there, Aaron.
Get a lot of mileage out of that.
And I might watch this one too.
Travels and conversations. Even in from India, miss what could have been ZSL 2-3.
Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. For a second there, though, I thought Sully was throwing a shot. You guys were like, yeah, I might finally watch a West video if he does that.
That's fine. If that's how he feels about me and my production values. I don't know. Hey, there's Snyder stands out there. I'm certainly not one of them. I think he also missed the boat. I think a lot of these guys are missing the boat because they think that they need to reinvent the characters for them to be relevant in today's era. And I think that's a complete misunderstanding or misreading of these heroes.
Yeah.
Well, we keep talking about like the nature of heroism, and we live in this nihilistic time where everything's deconstructed. And there was another movie that became really, really popular for a long time that came out in a very nihilistic period of America's history, which was right after the Vietnam War and everything. All the movies in the 70s were these really like kind of like dark, dreary, nihilistic kind of films. And then this movie called Star Wars came out, and it captured the the imagination of the zeitgeist and just continued onward and kept building and building and building until they handed it to a bunch of nihilistic clowns and they deconstructed it and made it awful. So, it's like we're in that time. I don't want any more current day in my entertainment because I live in the current day. Give me something fantastic. Give me something to aspire to. But these stories are not told by people who understand those concepts. They don't understand that morality, so they can't give it to you.
I will give Snyder this. His version of Green Lantern that we saw for about 14 seconds in a movie, better than anything we saw in the trailer.
There was green in it. So that was
green. It was glowing.
All right, Doc, I hope you're there. The Web Slinger says off topic, but what are your thoughts on X-Men Schism? Who do you think is the true leader of the X-Men? Cyclops, Wolverine, or someone else? All right,
Storm.
Sounds like Doc is choking down a heater. We'll
Can
go over to Aaron Sparrow.
That's
Absolutely.
right. The true leader of the X-Men is Cyclops. Wolverine should not be in that position. I think that whenever they try to force Wolverine in that position beyond like a temporary situation, I don't think it works. I think that Wolverine always works best as the, kind of the more loner character, the character that's kind of like on the outside. Obviously, he's got great relationships with the X-Men, over the years now, but, still, he's not meant to pick up Charles' mantle. And that's the other thing. They've destroyed Xavier. They've made Xavier such an asshole that it's like, why are you even carrying his dream? This guy's a piece of crap. And, again, they have to keep deconstructing things. Yeah, but what if Xavier wasn't all that altruistic? What if he wasn't good? What if he sent a whole team of X-Men to die on Krakoa? And then, Chris Claremont comes in and goes, Krakoa was shot into space and should never come back. This is bullshit. And he's right.
Yes.
You got H. And the fan from Super Comics, shout out to Thinking Critical Team from Emerald City Comic Con. Visit us at booth B30 in Artist Alley in 10612 on the main show floor. Make yours indie. Well, very cool.
Damn straight.
Cool.
Dude, Dylan, you need to go over there and say hi to HH. Get a picture. You guys can talk about some MMA, a little bit of comic books.
Yeah.
Good people. Nice to see the fams got there in Seattle. Hopefully the people are treating you well and not bothering you too much about trans rights.
I mean, listen, if HH and Dylan are in the same section, of the con, it is officially the gun show.
Absolutely. Jag Live. So I really enjoyed DCKO overall, but I won't like when I read that last page of the story. It did such a groan. Read 2 words. I didn't want to read it anymore.
Absolute crisis. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
Yes. The reveal of the big event that's coming up, Absolute Crisis, where Darkseid's champions who are unaffected, even though I thought they died, but obviously they came back, are coming back. And there's a lot of kind of stupid prologues trying to set up things that are happening in Next Level, I guess.
I couldn't keep track of who lived and died in that, and it doesn't matter anyway because everyone's basically everyone's alive again.
I went in with the pretext of knowing with this event that everyone that got taken out in the tourney was going to come back. Like they all turned those stone statues. Like, oh, at the end, the winner's just going to bring them all back, and that's how it's going to work. And that's basically what happened. because when Superman destroyed the Heart of Apocalypse, he brought everyone back. That's
well,
what happened.
technically, Lex should have won the tournament. That then
he should have
out of his victory.
That was really, and not only that, but like they really just threw him to the side when that happened. They didn't do anything at all with him. It was weird because Lex was prepared for everything, smartest guy in the DC universe, and then that happened and nothing. That was really stupid. But that ending with Absolute Crisis, I didn't necessarily mind that because we'd already been told that this is the second part in a 3-part story, with All In being the first part, this being the second part, and then the third part. They hadn't told us what yet, but now we know it's going to be Absolute Crisis. So I didn't necessarily mind that part of it because I already expected something like that.
Koichioki, relevant, Rini, in your circle, is there any buzz on One Piece officially in its final arc? It's supposed to be wrapping up, but not hearing any buzz about it. Wondering if it overstayed its welcome.
No, I haven't heard much buzz about it. I know it's in its final arc, but I think that means you still have at least a year or two of story, because I remember Oda saying
I think
something
One Piece wraps up in May.
Really?
Yeah, My Hero Academia did in November. I think One Piece is in May, and then that no.
Oh, I thought he said it was
no Coup was next
continue
year.
through this year.
No, I think the American, because it's over in Japan. I think the American version only had a few more months left.
What? Welp?
So.
No, there has not been any buzz in my circles because I guess my friends are not informed on One Piece.
That's the way I read it. I try to stay up on top of the manga stuff to a degree. But I was recently reading up on One Piece because it passed up Superman in lifetime sales, which was very unexpected. Well, actually, it was expected, but it's still kind of crazy that it happened. So Caleb says, remember, George R.R. Martin can't finish the book because of his hurt boo-boo feelings from his orange boogeyman got elected. I think he had quit writing that book before Trump.
He had quit a long time before. It's just there's always a new excuse with George. It's always, now I can't finish it because of this. Now I can't finish it because of that.
Like, I went to Afghanistan, served an entire year, got stationed in 4 more places, retired, moved to the Philippines, have been retired for 8 years, had 2 more children in the meantime since his last book. Like, he's taken some time off.
I have an independent theory. Yeah, that George R.R. Martin's been done for years, and he just, his publishing is too woke.
He's going to put it out there when he's done?
And when he's done. When he dies, it will get published and the form unmolested. You know what I mean?
So you mean...
I think he demoralized himself. That is my new theory.
He is richer than he's ever thought he'd been. So
you mean the man who is a sitting example of gluttony and sloth.
Yep. 77 years old. And he's 77. I think he's done. I think he's done. I think he's been done.
He can write when he's motivated to. I think he needs parameters, and that's why his most of his work are short stories or novellas, and all of when he has that parameter of this is going to be a short book, it's really good. And I think things have gotten way out of hand with how expansive Song of Ice and Fire has been, and 2, I think it's like too nihilistic. It's probably demoralized him, but I don't know. Also, fact check: One Piece has not ended.
He also doesn't need. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. He also doesn't need the money anymore, and money is a huge motivator. When all of your basic needs are taken care of, idle hands do the devil's work. So he, like Doc said, it's sloth and gluttony.
He's got fucking money,
unlimited Arby's.
Yeah, so. And what's more fun? Sitting down in front of your computer for 6 to 12 hours a day, cranking out a story that you've lost interest in, or going on movie sets and meeting celebrities and getting fawned over by people that are trying to court you for your various properties.
He's doing other stuff though.
Yeah,
he's been writing things, just not this book.
I think he's done. And I'll tell this is it's all ideological, and it comes out of publishing, the publishers and the editors. Look at it like this. Okay, think of Varys, think of Grey Worm in the Unsullied, and think of Theon Greyjoy. What do they all share? They all had their manhoods taken away from them. Now, post 2016 and this whole post-academic modernist thing, that's gender affirming surgery now, and that can't be victimized. All right. And that is the world of Westeros, part and parcel. The victimization of women, that can't happen in fictions anymore either. Not after Me Too. So I see this like, I think he's done. I think he's been done. It will get released after he's dead, and it will be released in the form that he intended it to be. Westeros being a violent place.
So I was completely wrong. People are taking dumps all over me, and I probably deserve it. Comics with Zach, predictions are saying that One Piece will end between 2028 and 2035. Jag Live, One Piece is in its final saga. It's estimated that it'll end between 2028 and 2032, given its usual arc length. And then Daisuke Mamamoto, One Piece isn't finished yet, Wes, not even Japan. I'm sorry, guys. I am not the manga expert. I obviously screwed this up. I was trying to say
I thought I would have heard more of a hullabaloo if One Piece had ended.
Yeah.
I don't read One Piece though. I'm waiting for it to be done. But if it's going to be 2035, maybe I should not do that.
Yeah, get started. It's just like thousands of chapters at this point, or over.
I know that. Okay, that is the one manga where American comics have just it's too much for me to know where to start. So that's been a hurdle for me. That's been really hard for me to get into. But like One Piece is the only manga where that also applies, where it's just intimidating looking at the sheer volume of it.
Daisuke also says overly nihilistic sounds like a nice segue into Lanterns. We are going to get Lanterns. We're going to get there soon, I promise. But we do have a few more super chats. James Hannafin, I have a feeling Lanterns will end with Hal dying and the Ring choosing John. If true, this will be the biggest FU to Green Lantern fans at my last straw with God. They pretty much foreshadow that in the trailer when he says, "I'm going to be the Green Lantern until I die." I'm like, okay, you're going to die then.
Yeah. Well, it's been obvious from the very first when we saw the casting that Hal is 60. It's like, oh, they're trying to get rid of Hal as soon as possible to throw John in there. I thought that they were going to parallax him.
Yeah,
that was my initial thing. Was
you're
going to parallax him as soon as possible.
I don't think Kyle Chandler's signing on to things that he has to stick around for a long time on anymore.
No, he's only signed to this reportedly. And Dylan, did you notice that the design of the Green Lantern costume looks like Hal's Injustice costume from the first game?
It does look very similar.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to have a Green Lantern costume hanging in your closet.
Yeah, but they're trying to be like, hey, we know Green Lantern. Remember when they did this in the Silver Age? We've read a Green Lantern comic.
Yeah.
Everybody's using that one panel to defend it. Like all the shills are like, look, it was in one panel of the comic, and I'm like, yes, and it's been a construct in so many more.
Since issue 1 of Green Lantern. Really, it was like literally in that showcase number 59, I think it was. Abin Sur hands over the suit and the ring physically to Hal, and that's the only time that happens. So that by Green Lantern issue number 1, it's a construct from the ring itself. And then there's that one panel that's been making the rounds of the
like the Shala Ball shit again. It's like Shala Ball's been in comic books for decades. Like, that's 3 panels, man.
No, you tourists.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, listen, I mean, Hal has to die. I mean, there's speculation in the chat that Hal will have cancer or something. No, what Hal will have, what he has, is a terminal case of straight white male, and we can't have that.
Well, bitter white male. He looks like he wants to die. He reacts like it. He's just awful. And I like Kyle Chandler. He's a great actor. But
once upon a time, 10 years ago, in a better situation, you would have told me they're doing a Green Lantern movie and Kyle Chandler's playing Hal. I would have been like, hot damn, let's go. 20 years ago, him or Nathan Fillion, I would have been all in.
Callum says, I like the Dragons. Well, I like the Dragons too, dude. I'm a huge fan.
Pretty cool.
Rainey, what's the best movie with the dragon?
The best movie with the dragon? Oh my gosh. It doesn't have to be a movie?
Well, that's what I chose. But you could do something else.
Don't be bound by Wes's parameters, Rainey. You say what you want to say.
If Rain of Fire is not good enough for you, I guess we can pick something else.
Rain of Fire.
Yeah, Rain of Fire. You got Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer from 81. Yes, Dragon Slayer. That's my pick.
I haven't seen any of those.
You've never seen How to Train Your Dragon?
No, I said How to Train Your not Dragon Slayer.
Oh yeah,
but yes, How to Train Your Dragon was my pick. That was really good.
Remember that Rainey wasn't born when Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, Dragon Slayer is a great film though. There's no excuse. It's like saying I haven't seen Conan the Barbarian because I'm too young. So sometimes you just got to go back and watch the classics. Like
I have
She
seen
doesn't have
Conan
anybody like
Barbarian.
disseminating these to her. See, she's seen Conan. Come on.
I don't know. No, my parents raised me with no TV, which is why I'm so like it. My dad is American. I was raised American, but like no TV, only books. Like weird childhood. So sorry.
Dylan, have you seen Dragon Slayer?
No, I've not.
Fail. Come on. You're supposed to be the movie buff. It's classic.
What if I got bored by the first 20 minutes and turned off? I heard that's acceptable to do for movies.
Yeah, if you get that really crappy Netflix,
The
sniper
David
shit.
Fincher movie. Don't try
love
to
David
say that's a
Fincher. It
Netflix
wasn't very
movie.
good.
That's a great movie.
But Reign of Fire is also an acceptable answer, though. That's a good.
Rain of Fire's good.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be cheeky, just be like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Best dragon movie.
TNX TV. Lindelof should be shipped into the Mindanao region. That wouldn't be very nice for Lindelof. That's where all the terrorism is here in the Philippines.
I'm having trouble, when people are like, "Oh, raging against like AI taking over the writing in Hollywood." When Lindelof writes something, I'm having trouble like seeing the downside now.
I mean, it'll probably get better. So what's the problem?
Well, look, I mean, they ran the sequels through like some guys online like rewrote the Star Wars sequels with AI, and it was like, oh, this is much more satisfying because it went and it grabbed from all the cool expanded universe that people liked.
Yeah, it probably would just take. I mean, I'm not a Star Wars person, but like there's apparently expanded universe material. There are comics, there are books, and they just decided to not use any of that. So like at least an AI would be like, let's use that and also have continuity, which the movies didn't even have freaking continuity.
Not even
Kathleen Kennedy said there is no source material at all.
Each one of those movies is a tough nut to crack. Because unlike Marvel, they just don't have any books or novels to draw from.
Yeah.
Just one material. There's nothing out there.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Federico de la Casa. Game of Thrones season 7 and 8 are so bad that I revalued Legend of the Seeker. Corny but enjoyable. Western writers was so bad right now that I missed the 80s and 90s. Well, everybody missed the 80s and 90s. That's peak fucking entertainment, dude.
Yep.
Everything was over the top alpha male shit. It was great. You could get a movie like Cobra and it would seem like not that great. He's like, it was fine. Put out Cobra nowadays, everybody would be at full mast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should check out Megaforce with Barry Bostwick.
Pig.
Everything you need.
Brian Boswick.
Brian, thank you.
Man, we even had Brian Bosworth making movies back then.
I thought that was Barry Bostwick. He was also in Babylon 5, right? Or is it Brian?
But that's the thing that it worries me, Dylan, because I do like Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but I think today's television might be so bad that it makes it feel better than it is. I think maybe 15 years ago, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, it's fine. People like it. They say that they like it, but they don't say it's great.
I don't know. I still think it'd be good, but we're definitely in a rough spot TV now because of streaming. I think streaming has really killed how TV goes. The one good thing, though, with this, with it being so short, is they said that season 2 will be coming out next year, which I don't remember the last time a show had back-to-back seasons and back-to-back years. That never happens. It's like 3-4 years minimum between seasons, which really kills shows.
The kid will grow up, so that's probably...
You better knock him out.
Yeah.
Daisuke Yamamoto, Wes's opinions on World War Z movie is why we have botched adaptations like Lanterns. That's that's like a...
Got your ass, dude.
What's your controversial opinion on World War Z, Wes?
I liked it.
I like when the guy runs up the ramp, slips in the reins, and shoots himself in the face.
Yes,
so
it's very different from the book World War Z, which is like the oral history of the zombie apocalypse, but it does borrow some instances and things that happen in there, but not much. It's kind of its own thing. But apparently I ruined television with that take.
I think we need a moratorium on zombies for a while, and the same moratorium we need on the Joker and on Darkseid. Like just several years of just not using them so that you can try to build up and make it feel special again.
Zombies have kind of died out. We had a huge, it was way too much zombie stuff, and then it died out to where now you get like maybe one a year. Now it's like
get
really
2 of them. You get 28 days later twice, right?
Once each year, though. One last year, one this year. That's one a year.
Yeah, well, they're still fucking terrible now.
No, 28
third
years
one
later
was
was
a-
good. The Bone Temple was kind of weird, but I liked it. I like
28 years later was abysmal. I couldn't
that's
get more than
good.
20 minutes through that movie.
I
don't
forgot.
turn
None
movies
of
off.
you guys have an attention span. I forgot.
We're old.
That's supposed to be a young people thing.
I've got plenty of attention span.
Like,
That movie was fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't.
What
get
did you
into
think of
28
World
Days
War
Later.
Z, Dylan? Am I crazy for thinking that was a pretty solid movie?
I never read the books. I have no opinion on that. I thought the movie was fine. It would get destroyed now because Israel plays a big part. It's like the only part that was stood and has the wall. People would hate it now because of that. But I liked how the zombies were an actual threat.
I'm just aware of them and what stuff in there.
I especially love the part where the Palestinians show up and then all of a sudden Israel falls.
Let's not do this. Yeah.
I like how the zombies are actually a threat in it because, like in The Walking Dead, when you see like they took out a tank, it's like those zombies are so ineffective. The military would have taken care of that zombie threat so easily, but in this, they're like sprinting, they're crawling up each other's like, all right, these guys would actually be tough to take care of. I like that.
The fast zombie thing was like I'd never seen that before. Really, I don't think before World War Z.
28 days later is the rise of the fast berserker zombie.
Fast zombies that like they were like ants.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the World War Z zombies put those ones to shame. The World War Z ones are like insane.
Oh yeah, because they're just like waves that just pile on top.
Yeah,
of each
they
other.
just go.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a solid action movie. I liked it. I know in the book they don't remove all like the canines or the teeth from all the North Koreans. They just go underground and never heard from again. You know, presumably hiding. And
he gets an ice cold Pepsi at the end. Remember that?
By the way, people in the chat, Rini, want to know if you're a Pepsi, Coke, coffee, or tea person. So just so you know, she might be. Coffee.
Oh, coffee! I live off
Very
of coffee.
Night Lantern Comics. I hate the lifelong comic fan to justify arguments. Doesn't mean you're a Green Lantern fan.
Well, look, it's Robert Meyer Burnett that's coming out and trying to make as a lifelong comic fan. That guy recommended the Flash movie. And the only other person we know
I was about to say
is Sully.
Listen, we're going to talk about the Lanterns trailer. I watched it and of course I'm the contrarian, but honestly, I'm not really.
You got goosebumps.
I don't have.
He had chicken skin. He couldn't take it.
I see some things I want to talk about in there, and I want to pick up on.
Sully, if you defend the Lantern trailer the next time I see you, I will have Dylan hold your arms, and I will take my fist and I will ram it into your stomach.
Oh my goodness! But then can we go out for soda pops after the game, Mogi?
Mr. Enigma, why did Amber Heard take a shit all over the Green Lantern suit? Is she a Brown Lantern? Some dirty jokes there, huh?
Oh, Amber's turd. What?
It's funny. It's funny because she pooped in a bed.
We've all been there, right?
No, and I never had that happen to me.
That's not normal.
Maybe when I was an infant. Maybe. I mean, back before I was potty trained.
Wow, y'all have never been drunk on Guinness, have you? Wow.
Well, I can tell you right now, when you're deployed to
Guinness.
Afghanistan and you're eating that terrible food and you have to go and, you know, sometimes you don't make it. You just got to go with it, you know?
Listen, I've been stabbed by a woman, and that was preferable to having someone take a shit in your bed.
Why do all men have horrific stories like this?
Because women are crazy.
I won't deny that.
I love women. Though.
Well, Rini,
Oh my god!
The thing is,
like
that
the crazy scale for women starts at 4. There isn't someone below there.
I grew up in the South Boston projects, so this whole Me Too thing I understand. But what part of crazy lying bitches did you not forget about there? I mean, in your grand theory, in your axiom. Holy crap! You forgot about crazy bitches. You did.
It's great Boston accent.
Wicked
I know
kissy
when
kid.
Sully gets going, the more misogynistic Sully gets, the more Boston he gets, which is a weird. Like, why do those things go together?
Weird.
Well, we are crazy, so.
Galb says George R. Martin admitted he grew up without heroes and he never knew his father. And he goes 3 pages long describing food. And yes, I do agree with Eric on the Me Too.
Well, thank you. I like Callum. I like getting along, and he's loyal and he's part of the chat, and we love the chat.
I want to remind Callum that every time he makes a good point, Eric normally diverts us off into a totally another subject before we can fully talk about it and ruin it.
That just makes me sad. He admitted he grew up without heroes and I didn't know that he didn't know his dad. Now I just feel bad for him. I don't even want to make fun of his writing.
I mean, there's a big portion of my childhood that I grew up without actual like human heroes in my life. But fortunately, I had discovered Green Lantern. I had discovered Captain America. So it's like I had like a moral center that I was being given from comic books. And nowadays, I would not. If I was like, hey, this kid doesn't have a dad, I wouldn't get him into comics to teach him morals.
You would give him Iceman Omega special number one.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Just Wes put that out. Oh.
The thing though, I thought George said that he was into comic books when he was little.
He was.
He's definitely a huge comic.
He was into Lord of the Rings. He was and he talked about Black Knight also. His first published work, people found it was in like the letters pages of a Marvel comic, like he'd written into Stan Lee.
That's cool. But that's heroes too. I mean, like I wouldn't say I had real life heroes, but manga was the heroes for me. That's why I love shonen so much. I was like the only girl I knew who read shonen, but it was so cool. Everybody's so heroic and they wanted to be better and it's aspirational, but that's what fiction does for you. So, I mean, I don't really understand how you could read that kind of fiction and superheroes when they were good and still, be nihilistic. It's just sad.
Jag Live says Dragonheart for me. Love classic fantasy story. So we missed that one, Aaron. Dragonheart is definitely in the conversation for best dragon movie.
Oh well, I mean it's so hard to.
It's got Sean Connery, dude.
Most dragon movies are in the conversation for best dragon movie because there's not a whole lot of them. There's a surprising lacking amount.
Yeah, because before you had to have like a big puppet, and and it wasn't until CG that we really kind of like got more dragon stories. But no, Dragonheart's good. I quote that at least once a month when somebody asks me why I don't care about something, and I say, I no longer try to change the world, Dragon. I merely try to get by in it. And that's from Dragonheart. So
the homeless guy's like, I just want $1.
Yeah. Why are you calling me Dragon?
But a dragon with Sean Connery's voice is pretty good. You know what's a bad dragon movie? The Desolation of Smaug. I did not like the Hobbit movies.
But I liked Smaug.
The first Hobbit movie's fine, and then the rest of the next two are really bad.
I was so bored when they were like going down the river in the barrels. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I feel like this is a quick time event.
CGI Legolas just... Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And it is a whiplash if you watch The Lord of the Rings and you go to The Hobbit, because The Lord of the Rings looks so much better than The Hobbit. They're just like green screen, everything's CG, and it's just...
So I read it. They made Gandalf. They made Sir Ian McKellen break down and cry on the set because he was like, "What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. This isn't why I became an actor."
I read an article about who's the director? It's
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, and he thought his orcs and monsters in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I saw the same thing. Yeah,
and he prefers the CGI versions, and I'm like, those practical effect orcs and monsters all look better. They look great.
They all, like, I bought into all of them in the way that I didn't the CGI. Although I do like
felt they were too human.
I liked Manu Bennett though as the big white one.
Yeah, and I liked the big scrotum king or goblin.
That part was fun, yeah.
Yeah, and the best part kind of was Andy Serkis, like doing all the voices besides Gollum. Like I picked up on it when I read the audiobook or had it read to me by Andy Serkis of Fellowship in Two Towers. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is impressive. He covers so much ground as a voice actor. I'm just like, I'm in awe of him.
He got tired of everybody saying, like, I don't know why everybody praises the Gollum performance. Anybody can do that voice. He was like, I'll show you, sons of bitches.
How dare you? Yeah, I heard that Peter Jackson basically thought that he either needed to trump his work on the Lord of the Rings movies, or I've heard the thing about the orcs as well. He thought there were flaws that he saw that he wanted to remedy, and I think he just he thought the flaws. He saw flaws in all the wrong places, right? And he decided to go all out with CGI and all these things, and had to be flashy when that wasn't the problem. That he took away all the good stuff and just added a bunch of CGI.
George Lucas did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I mean, I remember it was originally supposed to be directed by Del Toro, right? That would have been so much better. Del Toro's style fits The Hobbit so perfectly because The Hobbit is not The Lord of the Rings. You can't do it in the same style.
Daisuke Mamomo. Wes, tell me one thing the movie borrows, just one. So I believe he's talking about World War Z. And like I said, I have not read the book, but they do take inspiration for the North Korea thing where they all go underground. In the movie, they remove all their teeth, considered a big thing. Now, originally in the third act, the Brad Pitt character is supposed to be in Russia in trenches with like this special weapon that's developed in Russia that is found to be particularly effective against the zombies. Unfortunately, it also included that guy from Lost banging his wife, and they decided to remove that from the movie and redo the entire third act. So it would have played a huge part in the third act, something that was specifically in the books. But I don't know enough about the books to talk about anything else that might have actually been included. So you might have me there. But it's still a good movie. And Callum's like, God damn it, get to the subject. Fine, Callum. If that's what you want, we'll talk
another
about...
thing. I'm going to tangent on something. That reminds me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We will talk about the Green Lantern trailer and I guess it's just the Lantern trailer. There's decidedly no green in it whatsoever. And we've had a lot of the shills come out, Aaron. So what did you expect? It's supposed to be true crime, but with Green Lanterns. And we had like John the Roaches out there and some people's like that. And
your Campias, your Roaches, your usual suspects, your Access Media shills, the ones that have to, like gargle the balls in order to get into the studio and feel like they're important. Yeah, it's really pathetic. Like, look, if you like the trailer, if you looked at it and you said, oh boy, I can't wait to see this very bland, very stripped down Earth version of Green Lantern because Space Cops just seems too exciting for me. And I know I'm being facetious, but that's cool. Like I'm fine with people liking whatever they like. For me, I knew that this was a red flag the moment they said Tom King, and then the moment they said Damon Lindelof, because I was like, these are two people that are absolute hacks. So I knew that, like, I was already wary. And then in this idea that like people are out there and they're going, oh, they said it was going to be this, and then people are upset that it's this. And it's like, yes, the shitty concept that everybody shit on when they heard about it, they're shitting on it now that they've seen it realized and had it put in front of them. You're absolutely correct. It's not like if you tell somebody, hey, I'm about to shit on your plate, and they go, I don't want you to do that, and then you shit on their plate, they still have a right to be upset. You told them, but they still have to be a right to be upset when it actually happens. So, I don't. I'm sorry, Rennie, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing.
Okay. Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you gave us the thing we didn't want and we still don't want it. You haven't convinced us that the thing we didn't ask for, we're now excited about. And trailers are meant to be judged. People are like, yo, you haven't even seen it. You're judging it and you haven't even seen it. That's literally the point of a trailer. It's an advertisement. It's supposed to get you hyped for the thing. And if you put out the trailer, here's the trailer for the thing, and people either are not excited about the thing or it actually makes them go, there's no way I want to watch that thing. Your trailer has failed. It is literally meant to be judged. And then when the show comes out, you will judge the show as a whole. But that's what the trailer is for. So stop pretending that it's not.
It's designed to be a representation. If that representation sucks, our expectation is the thing that it's representing is also going to suck. This isn't fucking hard. Like, here's a sample of the thing that we're going to give you. I think this sucks. Well, you haven't seen the whole thing yet. No, I saw the representation and it sucked. I mean, did you give me just the shitty parts?
Here's a little taste.
That's anti-marketing.
Here's a little taste of what I'm cooking. Oh, that tastes awful. Yeah, but you haven't eaten the whole thing. Okay, sure.
It's just what you're cooking. Isn't it all the same? Like, here's an apple. Okay, awesome. I like this. Well, I'm giving you like grapefruit. But you let me taste an apple. Or here's a bag of shit. I don't want to eat this. Well, but it's going to be a 4-course meal. Why didn't you let me sample the 4-course meal then? Like, if it's not representative of the thing that you're going to give me, why did you give it to me as representation? Look, I understand.
And then giving you and then having Hal like just dropping a bunch of F-bombs in the trailer. Like, I'm like, what tone is this DC universe? Because I go from Superman to Peacemaker with its bisexual orgies and it's just constant like camel toe jokes in that one scene, and all the stuff that like James Gunn just finds hilarious, to this, like, there's no consistent tone throughout this universe. What are you trying to do? And I know that like Mattel just got the DC license back. They'd love to sell some DC toys, and you just keep giving them things that like kids can't watch and get excited about DC.
A kid doesn't want plainclothes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
No, they
flying
don't.
off the shelves.
Look, I can have them have racial tensions.
Hey, here's some toys with random white guy and random black guy.
Yeah, and
you want to buy those toys?
Neither of these characters are representative of the characters that people know. Hal is not a cynical, jaded, asshole. John is not the hotshot know-it-all. These are two characters. They're doing a disservice to both characters. And they're doing the typical Hollywood thing of, here's the white hero, and we're going to tear him down to elevate the black hero. You don't have to do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't make you like the minority character more. And people already love Jon Stewart. We love Jon Stewart for the character that he has been in the comics for years. People watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited and are familiar with Jon Stewart and love him. And you don't need to tear Hal down to elevate him because he's already on Hal's level.
But John was a little unlikable when we first meet him in 1970, 1971, and then the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil stuff in his first appearance. He was cocky. He was arrogant. And then John has character arc that he becomes the likable Jon Stewart. And remember, the destruction of Xanshi had something to do with that in between, getting humbled, being way too, confident.
You're not allowed to humble. You're not allowed to humble a character that's not white. So you can't do that anymore.
That may or may not be true, but what I'm saying is, like, I know Jon Stewart all my life, so we all have, and we've seen him grow as a character. So this is our first appearance. I'm not like I say, I'm not defending the trailer. I'm not.
It's a good thing they cast a young Hal Jordan so we can see him grow.
But I think that's the point.
I'm sure that's the plans that they're going to do for
Hal. Is passing the torch. Maybe this is.
Obviously, it is. They're trying to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Well, it's inevitable. They're going to get
rid of the universe, much quicker, because with the Paramount deal and with the fact that Supergirl is going to fall flat on its face, I don't think that James Gunn's DCU goes forward. Unless they just look at it and they go, well, this is the DC universe that we got, and rebooting it a third time in such short time frame will probably hit diminishing returns. So I guess we'll just continue forward with this. Who knows? But I don't think that it's going well.
I did like one thing about the trailer. Okay, they're in the car. Hal puts his ring on the dashboard, and he jumps out of the car and he launches the car over the cliff, and John's left to sink or swim. And then you see the scene where John's walking up to Hal being like, you son of a bitch kind of thing. But, okay, if you remember the old Silver Age, Bronze Age, the Green Lantern ring had Hal's ring itself too. It protects the wearer from mortal harm. So I'm like, that's an interesting little nugget of like Silver Age, Bronze Age goodness that we kind of almost forget about. I think that's exactly what happens. I think, come on, we're smart fans, aren't we? We're Green Lantern fans.
But it's not. But the show's not being written by smart fans or smart people. The show is being written by Tom King.
Right.
So I don't. Number one, I'm not sure that he knows that. Number two, I'm not sure that he'll do that. I mean, it could just be John just grabs the ring and then uses it because of course he knows how to use it.
I'm no fan of Tom.
Bestest ever.
I'm no fan of Tom King, but I guess like if you had to rate one of them, peak King for me would be Danger Street, and so he does have some kind of knowledge of like a Bronze Age stuff. So I'll give him that much credit.
Do you like when he had Hal say he didn't know what Will was in Heroes in Crisis?
Or putting the ring to his head too, like that either. I mean, that's just all dumb. Yeah, I agree.
Or he had Guy Gardner as like some weirdo stalker chasing down Fire Ice.
Yeah. that he gets shattered by ice. His ex-girlfriend gets like revenge on him or something. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And then
I think if there was anything comic book accurate, they would have thrown it in the goddamn trailer.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, as we were talking about, like, this is your representation.
Well, they have
This is the sample.
Their source material isn't Green Lantern comics. It's True Detective. That's all they talk about every time they promote it. They don't care about Green Lantern. Every time they talk about it, they're like, it's just like True Detective. We're doing True Detective. It's like, well, it's a good thing you're called Detective Comics and you have millions of detective characters to choose from, and you choose the space cops to do a grounded detective adventure inspired by True Detective.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Matt Moylan from Udon put out a great tweet where he said, like, no, you guys, they had to do this with Lanterns because DC lacks so many, street level detective characters, with pictures of a bunch of street level detective characters that DC has.
Did you see what Alex Ross did?
Oh yeah, he's just tweeting out all
of his Green Lantern work.
That was great.
Oh yeah, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then you have Hal talking about how he doesn't talk to any of the other Lanterns because they're all aliens. The ring's supposed to.
He's a white male.
Supposed to translate. The ring translates for him.
Dylan.
But also on top of that, there is another White Lantern. Guy exists in this, and he's like 50. So Guy's been around, but there's no. Where's that? There's nothing about Guy being said in the trailer.
I guess he's a
Are we going to find
Lantern.
out? Are we going to find out that he's not really a Green Lantern? Like his ring isn't from Oa, and he's just been he's been using the credo as an excuse. No, I have a creed. There's rules I have to follow.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It would subvert your expectations.
What do you think, Rady? You're more of a manga fan. Did you see this trailer through a different lens as somebody that's maybe not as into Green Lantern?
I mean, I don't know anything about Green Lantern, but it didn't super make me interested. It was very drab. I'm kind of over the everything is gray and drab aesthetic. It didn't strike me as I want something visually interesting now. I feel like I've just seen it before. So it didn't appeal to me.
Yeah. And the one of the bad things is they've only had one good season of True Detective ever. So it's not like HBO is great at making True Detective. They've kind of screwed up every season since then, haven't they?
Season 3 was all right, but it pales in comparison to season 1.
Yeah, I mean, season 1 is one of the better seasons in the history of television.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Lanterns will have Kyle Rayner having learning moments from Jojo Mullen as the True Detectives.
Yeah.
You think this is getting to season 2?
I'm not. This is not hope. I'm not rooting. I don't know. I'm not. It's not that I'm not rooting for it. I'm actually going. I will make an attempt to watch this. I am a huge
green lighted all the way to season 5.
Check out Lanterns season 2 on the CW.
I'll watch it when it's. I'll watch it when it's on Docbuster, but I'm not hate watching it. I'm not giving it the viewership.
I'll probably watch it. I might even review all the episodes.
So don't try to rope me into
I volunteer
doing it.
Yeah, no, I'll do it solo. I can do it on my own.
Oh, come on!
I've already volunteered to do the to the Starfleet Academy comic book reviews. I'm going to review every issue until it gets canceled.
Also, what is with the accent that they have Kyle Chandler doing for Hal? Hal is from Coast City,
right?
That's West Coast.
Well,
you know what they're doing, Dylan, is they're making him some Midwest hick.
Some fucking hillbilly.
Can't even speak English.
It does cause me pause, Dylan. I know that you've been more positive about the DCU as a whole than I have, but there's already been lots of holes, and it feels like another reason to think that maybe this DCU is not.
I've been positive about the Superman movie, and that's it, not the DCU as a whole. You like Peacemaker better than I do. I
like Peacemaker season 1 probably better than you did. I didn't think it was like decent, obnoxious humor kind of stuff, but it went so far over the top in season 2 that I didn't finish it, unfortunately. But you made it further in season 2 than I did, so you probably liked it a lot more.
I didn't. I made it as far as you did because we watched the same amount of episodes for this specific show. I watched it because you put it as one of the topics.
But I didn't make it through the entire first episode. I made it to the orgy, and then I was like, I think I'm done. Or wait, no, there was something after that where they went into a multiverse. and his father was there.
We discussed like the first 3 episodes. So either you were lying through your teeth about that, or you did watch those episodes.
I think I was.
Neither would surprise me.
But it does put the DCU in doubt. You know, he's got this big 10-year plan. It's supposed to be all-encompassing, not only television, movies, but also video games and all that stuff. And it doesn't feel like there's just been a really good roadmap here.
No, the roadmap's been terrible, and also it changed instantly from what we initially got. We got the initial roadmap was supposed to be, and then like every single thing changed after that. And then when he announced like sort of the secondary roadmap, he's like, none of this is concrete at all. Everything's fluid. Everything can change at any time. And it's just been the weirdest path that we're taking, from like Superman to Peacemaker to Supergirl to Clayface. It's such an odd choice. It doesn't make any sense. Other than starting with Superman, that, all right, understandable. Everything after that doesn't make any sense. The tone is
Creature Commandos, though.
Oh yeah, Creature Commandos was terrible. It's so odd.
Well, guys, we don't have to worry because John Campea is saying that he's going to quit because the Ellisons are buying Paramount. So, you know, and they talked to Trump. So James Gunn's going to walk. That's John Campea has no rumor, nothing to back that up. Just his gut feeling, but he's reporting it as fact.
That's a lot of money to turn down just because.
Maybe it's Roca. I confuse those two.
I think it's Campea that was the one that was saying that. Roca was the one that was saying, "What'd you expect out of a Green Lantern trailer? Green? Do you expect superheroes?
How dare you?"
Yes.
What?
Yes. I feel like that's not a big ask.
I kind of thought maybe, you know, there might be some Green Lantern in my Green Lantern show. I'm sorry, my Lanterns show. Green's dumb.
Yeah.
Green's so corny.
Yeah, Damon Lindelof is corny.
Like...
Piss off with your, what if the engineers were Jesus?
It's
out of here with your
millennial brown lanterns now.
It feels like a lot of these anything that's a adaptation now that's happening in America, I go in with a very low level of trust, but especially with comic books, I just get this feeling that the adapters and anyone from Hollywood, they're like embarrassed that it's superheroes and they want to make it anything but superheroes. And like the Lanterns trailer looked like they were trying to do some drama, like drab drama or like true crime show instead of superheroes.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. It's like we've gone back to the 90s where they're embarrassed.
It's like we regressed. Yeah,
it's like, you like King Shark? Well, now he's a mobster that wears, like, one guy that wears a shark skin suit, and you're like, that's not King Shark. It's like I saw somebody online that said, like, yeah, I can't wait for this Lantern show where it turns out Darkseid is a small town crime lord and anti-life is the drug that he's selling.
Well, you're adapting the comic book. Just embrace it. I don't look like that's what would make me, someone who didn't grow up reading superheroes, interested. Just embrace the source material and make it look like freaking superheroes.
Yeah, they could have just done Green Lantern Rebirth. I mean, they have.
No one wants to do that. They want to show their creativity and what they can do and show their version. That's what everyone says every time there's an interview for anyone adapting. Like, we're adapting this, but I didn't want to do a Batman that's been done before. I didn't want to do a Green Lantern that's been before. In mind, we've never had a comic accurate Green Lantern adapted ever. I want to do my version. That's what they all want to do every single time without fail.
Tom King is not interested in plagiarizing from comics. He's interested in plagiarizing True Grit and True Detective. And next we'll be getting, some characters' True Romance.
Maybe True Romance. Damn it! You beat me.
So close.
Oh, man. Let's hear from the peoples. Daisuke says, I need to reread the book because none of that stuff's in the book. I've never read the book, World War Z. I've only read the Cliff Notes. What's up?
I was just going to say, I wouldn't mind to see James Gunn's version of True Lies, though.
True Lies is an amazing movie, but it wouldn't be Grayson. It would be Flash. What if it was Flash, but True Lies? It'd be a great idea. But I have not read World War Z. But I believe it's mentioned that no one ever sees the North Koreans again, and it's believed they went into the tunnels. And I think there is like some hybrid shovel. I thought that's what I understood in Russia that's used like in trench warfare against the zombies. But I could be incorrect because I have never read it. Maybe I should check out World War Z and Oral History of the Zombie Apocalypse. I heard it's a good book. Ediac. Curious if Hal is old and done. Is all of his enemies, Hector, Sin, Blackhand, defeated, or are they sidelining Hal for John to do it?
They casted a 60-year-old Sinestro. So
yes, we do know that Sinestro's in the show. He has been cast. But I imagine John will be doing it because we both know, Dylan, he'd be better at protecting people than Hal would.
Yes, obviously, this Hal doesn't seem too good at that.
Well, and who's John's nemesis? Who would you say? Fatality? Do you remember her?
John's nemesis is being boring. Probably the thing that's ruined him the most. But he doesn't seem like a Marine or an engineer either. He's just kind of an asshole. And Daisuke says, yes, I watch the Lanterns to watch them share rings.
Giggity.
Yeah.
They just, here's the
No
thing.
innuendo.
We don't know where that ring is. It's a special kind of ring. The kind that goes below the belt.
No, he's got it on his finger. He puts it on the dashboard. He throws the car off the cliff.
We only saw one of the rings. That's where's
I'm
John?
assuming there's one ring, and then John is the heir apparent to the ring.
That's what it seems like.
John's ring is in his pants.
So you're doing the Jack Black Lord of the Rings SNL skit?
I don't know. I'm just making.
When
a
he
dumb
took
cock
the
ring
one
joke.
true ring and turned it into a cock ring?
Okay, then yes, I am.
Did he pull his pants
I
down and
did
everybody
not
was
know
like
that
looking at it?
existed.
It's really. It might not have been SNL. It might have been like an MTV Movie Awards skit. It was really funny.
Here's the thing. That would require me to think Jack Black was funny.
Oof, we talked about the
It's
one.
back when he was pretty funny. That was a good skit. I'll give him that. I'm going to share that to you later. Gallup
all
says,
right.
we all know that the female sheriff is a girl boss, and let's be real, Gunn has no plan. Okay, he lives in his head while watching his wife. The girl, the sheriff is definitely a girl boss. Don't fuck around in my town. Get my way, son. Yeah, if they needed a girl boss, they should put Jess Cruz in there.
Yeah, or
although
Joe
she
Mullen,
can't really be a girl boss at first because she has anxiety issues.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be JoJo Mullins.
Yeah, hopefully not. She's the far sector. But it's just so many, like when he says, I'm going to be the Green Lantern until I die, the female sheriff shows up. When you see all the people in the town are wearing cowboy hats and are white, you're like, okay, they're all racist. There's so many flags.
Yeah, it's very obvious what's going to happen.
Yeah. Mr. DC Comics, why is it so hard for Marvel and DC to have great comic book battles like manga and anime? Read the entire DCKO event and not one fight that really stood out. I liked the Aquaman Hawkman fight.
Hawkman fight, yeah.
Aquaman and Hawkman fight was cool, and then like there's
a Superman Lex Luthor fight where Superman
issue
powers
2.
up Darkseid's side. Yeah, that was
issue
good.
2 had a really good fight. Yeah, but
there's a lot of fights.
I liked Superboy Prime versus the Evil Legion. That was
but that wasn't in the DCKO book.
Right.
That was in the,
but it was a tie-in. So if Hawkman
when
and Aquaman counts,
when he kicks the shit out of the entire Dark Legion, is about to break Lightning Lad's neck.
that was great.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was great.
Before Saturn Girl's like, no, I love him. Like, fine, you can have his body back.
You're lucky I'm not that guy anymore. Whap! I love him.
But I would like some better battles. We don't get much of many things in the style of Death of Superman, where you get 24 pages of just visceral action.
Yeah, just one single panel.
Yeah, from what I read, I don't see a lot of battles in American comics that are the same level of just like extreme emotionality of manga battles. I think that's what makes it memorable. They're not afraid to embrace this. We're like crying and punching each other, not literally every time, but they're always they I think the setup matters a lot, where it's not just a physical confrontation. There's like a real investment in it that matters a lot. So
Exactly.
one of those things it takes time to learn as a writer. It's not just about how cool the powers are. It's about the setup.
See, I think that's where Western Comics has an issue where they are all into the setup and they think the physical confrontation is just a physical confrontation. There's no like art to it. There's nothing like more to it. It's just a beat 'em up punch, and so they don't value it.
We have to get through the scene so we can get to the resolution.
Yes, because they're all into the setup and they're all into the emotion and everything, but a lot of them are like, "Oh, that's just a fight. I don't care about writing that."
No, the fight has to be integrated with the setup and the emotion. It's the culmination of it.
When Murphy and I were working on Miss Meow, we did a battle that was like took place over 3 issues. I mean, it was just 3 issues of fight that was between all the characters, and then that led to another big fight that was our finale. You can do it. You can convey all those things and still have exciting action and still have just brutal violence and you can have all of those things. But it's not what these navel gazing writers are interested in. And I don't know that they know how to write a fight scene anyway. But if you don't want to write the fight scene, you can tell your artist who probably got into comics because he liked the fight scenes in comics, hey, here's where I need the fight to start. Here's where I need it to end. Draw a cool fight, and I'll put the word balloons in afterwards. You can do that.
That would be great. So many artists would just freaking love that. Like, even if it was like, okay, this is generally what the characters need to say, and this is where the plot is. Just have fun making the action cool. Like most artists would do such a good job.
Make sure there's onomatopoeia, because without onomatopoeia, there's no real
right. Exactly. I mean? Hail Nick Klein. But really, I mean, and going to manga just for a second, talking about DCKO, I've seen this before. The resolution in DCKO number 5, I just thought of it. I've seen this before. This is Goku beating Boo in the Boo saga and using the Dragon Balls to wish everyone back because Boo took out the entire world. And I just like see this. And I'm like, oh, this is a little bit of a retread. I can see, it's come full circle. Superman inspired Goku. Now Superman's being inspired by Goku, and that was basically a Dragon Ball wish, in my humble opinion.
What was the movie? Was it House Flying Daggers, where they fight like through the seasons because they're fighting like for a year straight or something? Was that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
I don't remember.
That's a great scene. I love that one. They start out in summer, then they go through like winter and fall and everything.
It's like that scene in Twilight where the camera is spinning around.
It's not like any scene in Twilight.
No,
showing you the season.
Why did you have to make that comparison?
Wes, you're a big Twilight fan. You went and saw all those movies. Come on.
Not of my own volition. I was forced to go through those films. Never again.
Forced at gunpoint, emotional gunpoint.
Yeah. My niece is like, you gotta take us to go see the new Twilight movie. You can't say no to your nieces when you're visiting from the military. You got to say yes.
They didn't have a Final Fight machine out in the lobby that you could have spent 2 hours playing instead.
Trying to have some quality time with the
nieces. Big buck hunter, and a bunch of corners.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Having the Green Lanterns be in a more grounded and gritty series makes about as much sense as putting Punisher in a cosmic backdrop fighting aliens.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys like Deadshot? Yeah, we like Deadshot. We're making a Deadshot movie. Cool. Yeah, what's he gonna do? He rides a motorcycle. All right. And when he kills people, he cuts a mark in his skin. Well, that's not Deadshot. That's Victor Zsasz. And he travels through time. You're like, okay, you just stitched a name onto something and put it out there, didn't you?
Yeah. Although they did put Punisher in a cosmic backdrop fighting aliens when they made him Cosmic Ghost Rider, right?
Yeah, Donny Cates did that, right?
Yeah. More fan servicey kind of stuff. But they've done a lot of dumb shit with Punisher. Didn't they make him like an angel?
But it's also like that. We also had Frankencastle, but it's like years into the comics of Punisher where you've done a lot and you want to go a little bit outside of him just fighting gangsters in New York. This is like the first appearance in this new cinematic universe, and also like the second appearance in a long time of Green Lantern on screen. So
it's kind of how they keep giving us shit Fantastic Four movies when they haven't given us a good Fantastic Four movie. They haven't adapted the source material properly. And then they're just like, here's a new version. And you're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
There was half a good Fantastic Four movie in that Fantastic Four stick. Until they go to the Negative Zone. I thought it was pretty good.
I did not watch that movie.
I just found it really dull. And again, just desaturated colors, just drab looking.
And it could be set up to pay off. They could get vibrant as the series goes along and start.
I do
using
feel
the
like
rings.
that's going to be part of it. I talked about that with What's 100 on. I was talking about it the other day that I think it's going to be something like that. I think that's why it's like all brown and dead because like Hal's will or whatever is slowly dying. And I think it'll be like
killed.
Back, like, get a little more
connected
green.
to the green, and they need a spirit to come back for the foliage to turn green again.
And there's got to be some extraterrestrial threat to have the Green Lantern of sector.
There's that gun that's pointed to John's head that's clearly got some type of yellow energy ray coming out of it.
No, I think it's just got all of Tom King's comic stories in it, and they're digitally putting it in his mind, and that's why he's screaming. So, like, he's in horrible pain.
I'm assuming that's the evil power of fear that's being shoved in his head. Yeah. Maybe he's scared of Hal being the Green Lantern, and that's why he's being so hateful.
And there was that concept art that they released too, and John was clearly a Yellow Lantern in that concept art they dropped last year, right?
He could have been a Brown Lantern.
Oh, gee,
it's such a terrible idea to go right to the yellow. Even in the Ryan Reynolds movie, like rushing so quickly into the Sinestro Corps and the Yellow Lanterns is such a bad idea. Like I said, this could have worked for the TV series as well as the movies. I said, but what you should have done with that Ryan Reynolds movie. First of all, you shouldn't have cast Ryan Reynolds. Every scene he feels like he's like, smell you later, jerks, and then flies off, and you're like, oh, this is not Hal. But you do a first movie or a first season, and the story is Hal gets the ring. It's kind of like First Flight. It's like the Jeff Johns book. But you have Sinestro as his mentor. And you actually make Sinestro a character that you like. He's gruff, he's stern. They have some friction, but by the end, he respects Hal. Hal respects him. They're kind of friends. The second movie is where Sinestro starts to get disillusioned with the Corps and what the Guardians are telling him, to do. And then by the end, he and Hal, he breaks with the Guardians, and Hal has that thing of like, this is my friend, but I'm staying with him. Sinestro feels betrayed. Third movie, Hal's breaking in John Stewart as the new Green Lantern, and now Sinestro comes back with the Sinestro Corps. There you go. It's real easy, but everybody wants to rush to the big payoff without doing the work to build the foundation.
Man, we got the perfect fucking Sinestro in that Ryan Reynolds movie, by the way.
Mark Strong was a solid choice.
You'll never get a better Sinestro than that guy. He was like born for that role.
You got Jeffrey Rush as Tomar Ray. Like what an odd character to get Jeffrey Rush for. Like they had a great cast.
Yeah, they never should have put Hector Hammond in that goddamn movie.
They should. And remember when Parallax showed up as a big fart, which was the style at the time. Galactus and Parallax, and everybody was showing up as a big farty cloud.
I thought the chemistry between Ryan, Blake, and Taika was great. I liked Tom and Carol and Hal together on screen. My heart has thawed over the years after being so disappointed that first time. And I had to watch that movie maybe about 5 years ago, back on Clobbering Times. God bless, R.I.P. And I was like, wait a second, this movie kind of, my heart has moved on, and I'm a little bit more forgiving. You know how I am with positive stuff. And what stood out for me,
toxic positivity, Sully.
Toxic positivity. You're right. But what stood out for me besides Mark Strong and Jeffrey Rush was the chemistry, the on-screen chemistry between Blake Lively, Taika Waititi, and Ryan Reynolds. That was my favorite part of the movie.
I think the best part of that movie was everything on Oa. Shockingly, they got the most difficult part of translating Green Lantern to the big screen right, and they got everything else that should have been easy wrong.
So I don't know if Ella Warren is listening, but she had a great response to me on Twitter. We were talking about the fact that Damon Lindelof said that the green is corny. We got rid of it. We thought it was dumb. And she said, and hey, if you like Star Sapphire, we got news for you. We're dropping the star from her because that's corny. And she's just a simple stripper in a grimy bar named Sapphire. I was like, this is exactly what this feels like.
And here comes Sapphire.
On the main stage.
Geyser Jose, it's not the brown lanterns, they're the bean lanterns.
Oh.
The refried bean.
Is this going back to the beginning of the conversation that was all about beans?
What about the Azuki bean lanterns? Come on, they're sweet and tasty.
Beans don't belong in. I'm not having this one again, but I disagree.
But red beans.
Red beans belong with rice. It's delicious.
Red beans and rice didn't miss her. That's what Sir Mix-a-Lot said.
Exactly, dude.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dude, did you guys get to listen to that thing I shared with you where Arnold Schwarzenegger's doing the Bone Thugs and Harmony thing?
God, that was funny.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He's doing like the Crossroads beginning.
I was going to do the whole show in my Arnold Schwarzenegger voice just for that. Yes.
And then Daisuke says back to 2008, complete with Fallout 3 Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Fallout 3 the game?
Yes.
Yes.
It was people complained it because it was too brown.
It was very brown.
Well, you're the real comic book gamer. What happened there? Were people upset?
It was just very brown. People liked the game, but it was very brown. It was devoid of color.
Is it better than Fallout? What is it, Las Vegas?
No, New Vegas is my favorite. I love New Vegas.
What did you
You
end
like
up thinking
this-
of season 2 of the show? Dylan?
Yeah. You
I
must
have
love
not
season
finished
2.
it. I watched because the stuff that they were doing with New Vegas was completely wrong. Aesthetically, the show looks great. They nail the aesthetics of it. But anything deeper than that, they mess everything up from the games. I will finish it. I watched like the first 2 episodes and then I got
I've been
distracted by
stuck
other
on the
things,
final 2 episodes for
Penguins.
like 5 weeks. I can't get through it.
They're anticlimactic. Like I was.
I
was
keep putting it on, but I keep going. I don't think I care here right here.
Mm.
So, unfortunately. And then Daisuke says, Aaron, see the Green Lantern CG cartoon. Best Lantern show there is.
Yeah, actually, the guys that were the creator of that show were on my my arc of Young Justice. They and brought Razor into the show. So
That was awesome.
They got to give Razor a kind of like a send off, and it was a nice little nod to the CG show that was cut short too early. And the reason it was cut short too early was because the Green Lantern movie flopped. Mattel was co-financing a lot of the animated series, and that's what killed Young Justice the first time. That's what killed the GL cartoon. That's what killed even like one of the Teen Titans Go's, I think. All of that funding fell apart because DC went back to, or Mattel went back to DC and said, we paid all this for this license, and you just delivered an absolute shit show with designs for toys that we cannot sell, and asked for some of that money back.
Man. You know who brought back Razor in the comic books?
Jeremy
Adams.
Yeah.
And Aya. Yeah, but Aya she was in it previously, I think. And if you're a Star Trek fan, you're going to see Easter eggs everywhere in that CG show, from the design of the ship to its sound effects. There are like old school original series Star Trek sound effects in the background of that ship everywhere. I can hear it. You know what I mean? It's like fingerprints. I can, it's totally there.
But kind of weird. We never had a Green Lantern movie that was good, live action. But if you go to the Warner Brothers animation DC stuff, there might be more good like Green Lantern movies than almost anything but Batman. Like there's like a lot of good ones. So they kind of got it right in the cartoon, but they could not get it right live action. Unfortunately. Man, that about do it. Should we start talking about some comic books to recommend and all that kind of stuff? I know Reenie's got some things to share. Do you want to show some more artwork? We might have some people that missed it earlier.
Show more artwork. Show more artwork.
Yeah. Yay.
Because if you're unaware, Reenie has an Indiegogo, a Kickstarter. She's got her own YouTube channel. There's links in the video description to all this. And show the people what they could get if they decided to support these books.
Sure. Let me see. Yeah, I was just working on some inks here. I don't think I can show that page because that is spoilery. But here's another page that I didn't show earlier. But just a transition page. But still I have to be careful to not show anything with spoilers. There are some pages that are a lot of fun, but I have to like hold myself back from posting them because people would be able to guess what happens, and some fans are just telepathic. They can just like figure things out with the tiniest detail, and it is a mystery story, so I'm supposed to be creating suspense. But yeah, thank you so much, Captain Zach Beard. Thank you, you rock. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes. These pages are all from Fiendish 3. that the campaigns for Fiendish 3 are still on Indiegogo
Penis
and
3?
Kickstarter. No. Fiendish 3.
We're in a whole different genre.
Wait a second. Is that a tentacle thing? Holy! It is a
TMF, you were
tentacle
asking.
What
TMF,
a
you were
time to
asking
have
in
a
the.
slit like that.
Yeah, you were asking in the chat, TMF, if there was any nudity in the book. Yes, penis number 3 definitely has some nudity.
There is not that level of nudity. So yeah, I've had people ask about the age rating. I would say teen and up. The age rating is very violent, occasional boob. That's how I summarize it.
It feels like PG-13 to me.
That's how I describe my life.
Very violent.
Sounds like a good life. sounds pretty good. Here's another page. Here's Casimir
And
and
look
Ragna.
at Wes on that page.
Exactly.
How pretty
so
Wes
Apparently,
is.
this is Wes.
Great tits, Wes. Great tits.
No, it's the dude. Yeah.
Oh no,
I
it's
think-
definitely the chick.
Oh, Wes. I mean, I think
Those
Reenie's
his
shipping.
eyes.
I think Reenie's shipping you and her. Look at them.
No.
They look. I'm just kidding.
Jeez,
No!
Sully. Way to make it
no,
weird, buddy.
Reenie is Ragna a self-insert?
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
definitely not.
Great.
Pop
Talented
Sequentialism wants to know, Reedy, do you have commission rates for like 11 by 17?
It depends. I split my cover rates depending on like a pinup or a cover. But yeah, send me a DM on Twitter. I'm focused on getting Fiendish 3 done. Hold on, I'm going to pull out some more pages. Right now, I want to get this book done. Obviously, this is the most important thing. But in a couple of months, I should have more time to take commissions. Oh, and I am going to Heroes Con in North Carolina in June. So if you want to get a commission, if you're going to the con, if you want to get a commission and pick it up at the show, that would be doable. So yeah, I will be there. And here's another page. I spend way too much time drawing trees. I think half of my job assignment is just drawing trees. Like this is one of the things that people don't tell you. Oh, sorry.
I said
You
it's
are
so
to
good,
trees what Sean Gordon Murphy is to cars.
Cars, yeah.
I should show an action page.
Reenie's the heir to Bob Ross making happy little trees. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the thing that people don't tell you about doing a fantasy series is half of your job is just drawing trees and rocks. Like you get so good at drawing trees and rocks, it's just amazing. Here's a little demon slashing page, some blood splatter. This is fun to do. Here you go. Yeah.
I need to schedule
So,
a
yeah.
case cover with you, Reedy. I really do. Like,
Yeah,
probably not for 2 because I know you got
I'd
to
be
finish
happy to.
Fiendish 3, but definitely for book 3.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would love to. It's just like right now my priority is finishing this book, but yeah, once I'm done with that, I would love to. And thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is my giant folder of Fiendish 3 pages. If you're interested in picking up any original art, these some of these are available on the Indiegogo campaign. So yeah, you can get original art on there. Thank you.
But if you want the original art, you got to go Indiegogo, not to Kickstarter.
Right.
Yeah, it's only on Indiegogo. Kickstarter has like a cover that's it's only available on its own on Kickstarter. It's a guest cover by an amazing Japanese artist called Kyo Naoki. And so it's the booba cover. It's got Ragna lounging around and only a towel. So it's a very Kickstarter cover. So if you like that, that's on Kickstarter. If you want original art, it's on Indiegogo.
I'm gonna go back the third book today.
Yeah,
As will
thank you so much.
as will
Let's put it over
everyone
80K.
in the chat that I respect and admire.
Congrats for 80K, Reenie.
Yeah, thank you.
Nerd says, "Hey Wes, I hope you saw my message on Patreon. I saw that there was a message on Patreon. I did check it out, and I will get back to you tomorrow. It's been a kind of a busy few days here for me, but I will definitely be answering all of my outstanding messages this weekend. I let some things get piled up on me, unfortunately, but I will be more mature moving forward and better aware of that kind of stuff. Now, Reedy, is there anything else that people need to know about? You got any other shows or appearances coming up?
I do a weekly rotating show with a few other creators called Panel Breakers, and we do actually have a YouTube channel. If you search Panel Breakers Comics, you'll find our channel, or you can just follow me on X at Rini Draws, and I'll post a link to the show every Thursday. We talk about comics and current discussions going on in comics, like more we kind of are all into different genres of comics. Like I'm the manga person, other people are the superhero people, but we discuss things like writers versus artists and stuff like that. So and we're rude to each other. So every Thursday there's that show, and I do a lot of shorts. So on my channel I do art tips and shorts, and I'm trying to do more videos. I have this idea where I want to do videos on manga. So I'm working on a video that's recommending manga series for an American audience, because I see some readers wanting to get into manga, but nobody knows what to recommend to people who only have read American comics, and it's not My Hero Academia, it's not the biggest and most popular shonen. Those are made for people that have read manga before. So I think I have an idea for a video that would really actually help people be introduced to manga. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that, and follow me on Rini Draws. That's my channel.
Very nice. Do you have any books you want to recommend this week?
What have I been reading? Let's see. I think I pulled this up last time I was on here as well. I have One Punch Man books, so I'm still going through these. I finished season 2. And I understand why people were angry about the animation, but the story is still really good. And I'm working my way through the manga and just looking at all the things that are different and kind of experiencing the full story that's in the manga that didn't get translated into the animation. But yeah, absolutely amazing art and action as well. Speaking of like cool action. So yeah, I would recommend this. This is Yusuke Murata's art is amazing, as always. I love it.
Very nice. We saw the chats. Somebody sent you a request on Instagram, so you might want to check that one.
Oh, okay. I never check my Instagram, so I'm glad you said something. I'll go look. Thanks.
Very nice. Sully.
Hello.
This was not the world's greatest week for new comic books. Do you have anything that you would like to recommend?
I got a couple. I got 3 books at my local comic book shop. I go every Wednesday. I have a pull list, and I'm happy to support a local business, a small American business. That's the American way. Support small, mom and pop stores, and your local comic book shop is one of those. The only way we're going to keep this thing going is if we show up and buy some magazines here and there. Speaking of manga, I got the only manga I'm reading, the current issue or the current volume of Dragon Ball Super. This might be one of the last books actually written by Akira Toriyama himself. He passed away. And so the future of the book is with his assistant Toritaro, who does a great job of doing his art style. And it's I'm just a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I'm in. And this is the manga that I read. I got 3 books.
AL is saying it was actually Sakamoto days.
Ah, okay.
And I also want to put out there that Aaron Sparrow despises Dragon Ball.
Good. More for me.
I don't despise Dragon Ball. I just don't. I'm not familiar with it. Okay, Rini, this is where it comes from.
Oh god.
We do the podcast, and Wes always has toys at the end. Like, here's the toy announcements, and he's always putting a Dragon Ball character in there, and he's like, "You gonna get this one?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "But you love Dragon Ball," and I'm like, I don't dislike it. I think that a lot of the character designs are interesting. I mean, there's a lot of guys that look the same to me, but I love Cell. I love Perfect Cell. I love Boo. I love like the villains. I know those toys and I like them, but no, I'm not gonna get this 87th version of Goku. And he's like, "You love Goku," and I'm like, "Where are you getting this?"
Because
you hate Dragon Ball is what I'm hearing. He hates
Dragon Ball. And the reason I'm confused is because he said, I didn't like Goku at first, but then as he became a hero, I found
Deku. I said I didn't like Deku at first. That's My Hero Academia.
Oh,
That's a different property.
Deku. Okay, I
That's-
can understand that. Even though he's
Exactly.
not
It's
lovable.
an
Yeah.
honest mistake on my part. So I've associated him liking that character so much. So I'm always showing him Dragon Ball fucking toys, and he's yelling at me about
But
it.
it's not like
He hates the
it's not like Deku is my favorite character ever either. I just said that I hated him when I first.
I didn't
started
realize you
watching the
hated My
anime.
Hero Academia.
And then
My
I
bad.
kind of got around to the fact that I was like, oh, he's like actually learning and going on a journey. And it's been so long since I've seen that reading American comics that I forgot what that's like.
He doesn't stay one way.
Yeah, he's not immediately
Oh my
the bestest ever.
Yeah, My Hero Academia is really good too. I worry about it is superheroes for anyone in chat who hasn't read it. It's really good, but I worry that the style is too cutesy because a lot of American readers like I don't want anything cutesy, but it is a really good story.
All right, we interrupt you, Sully. Sorry about
That's
that. Buddy.
fine. No, that's
I didn't
I do it to
realize
Callum.
Aaron
do
was
it-
going to give such a ridiculous fucking defense of himself there.
Callum Lyle, you are avenged. You know, but with the snowstorm,
Nerd
last
actually
week,
says, Aaron, you need to read Dragon Ball, not Z.
all 42 manga. Seriously, it's one continuous story, and it's done by the mangaka himself. Toriyama does the pencils, the inks, and the story, and it's amazing. I love it. But
when I was at Tokyo Pop, we had those like those mangas were in the office and they were in Japanese, and I would look through them, but obviously I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, I had a French version years ago, and it was unedited. It was just like the panels were flipped, but it was like all the bloodshed, all the nudity, and all the cigarettes. And it was just like a little. I wish I still had that. Oh, years gone by. But I got last week's Infernal Hulk number 4. Is this? Yeah. What a good issue. I mean, there's a panel in here that should be like in velvet and blacklight. That it's just like this one right here. Like, oh my God, this Nick Klein art is amazing. This Nick Klein onomatopoeia. That's a sound effect to me and you. It's hand drawn. I love this book. And this is great. Don't sleep on Infernal Hulk. But this week we got Sacrificers 19 by Rick Remender and Companies. This is consistently one of the best books out there that you're probably not buying. And my pick of the week is Under the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Right to Spring, number 6 of 6. It wraps up the entire story. It leaves it on a cliffhanger, Dexter style. And I am 6 for 6 on the movie parody, the Tony Fleeks movie parody covers. And I'm so happy. And now this makes going to the store worthwhile, makes going to the local comic book shop every week worthwhile. It's so fun getting these variant covers, and I got all 6 of them, and that makes me happy as a buyer and as a collector and as a comic book fan. This is a good series, great story, great art. Don't sleep on Under the Trees Where Nobody Sees. And those are my picks of the week. And thank you everyone out there in TV land, and especially the world's best chat.
Super Mastermind says, Wes, that is one ugly couch.
I like that Super Mastermind spent $5 to rag on the couch. He's like, it is worth it to me to tell Wes I hate that couch.
It's the same color as the Green Lantern suit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It fits
But
the show.
my shirt
He
really
is
stands
Couch
out
Lantern.
around all the browns. It really pops.
He is
But,
Wes's Couch Lantern.
My couch was a little bit better looking before my kids did a number on it over the last year or whatever. But it is not the most beautiful couch in the world, aesthetically speaking, but it gets the job done. And, it is what it is. It's my couch. I don't make decisions about couches and things of that nature. I pick out the TV. If you saw the TV, you would be impressed. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah. I'm glad you like the couch. Appreciate it. All right, Sparrow, what do you recommended this week?
Well, I went by, like I said earlier, I went by 4-Color Fantasies and, talked to Chris, the owner, and picked up some books, got caught up on some things. So not a lot of stuff came out this week that I was interested in. I did catch up on some Skybound G.I. Joe. So that's really good. Josh Williamson still doing a really good job there. Loving the art and the colors. I did pick up issue 1 and 2 of Thundar the Barbarian. These are not a recommend. They're all right, but
I thought the first issue was kind of good, but the second one completely confused the shit out of me.
I mean, I predicted what was happening in the second one. When I got to the end, I was like, oh, I was right. But like, I wasn't excited about the idea of what, I was like, I see what they're doing. They're doing like a Westworld where you're getting two different timelines at once. And then, one is the flashback. And, it's like, okay, I get it.
Like, oh, I was right. I didn't want to be right.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even like that I didn't want to be right. It was just that like, I was indifferent to being right. Like, it didn't excite me that, oh, it is the thing. I was like, oh yeah, it's the thing. I did catch up on some Rook Exodus, so went and picked that up. I have not read both yet, but I read number 8. I've not yet read number 9. But there's like some crazy spider stuff going on that I'm enjoying. And then my big recommend, and this came out a few weeks ago. It sold out everywhere. It's like a big deal. The creator can't even believe it. But I missed the initial printing, and so I went and I picked up the second printing, which is Brett Bean's Dork. This book is so fun. It's got Brett Bean's signature humor in it. I don't know if you've ever read any of his other stuff, but he's really, really good. He's a really, really fun artist. And this book is just a lot of fun. There's going to be a Comic Mint exclusive variant at MegaCon that we're selling. And I'm excited to pick that one up because, man, I love Brett. I've sat next to him at conventions. He's a really fun guy. He's a really great creator. So if you guys get a chance, go out and support this book because this is one of those things that's like, it's underprinted. It's got a lot of demand, but it's one of those things that you're like, will that demand, will it be sustainable? Will it keep going? And I think that this book deserves it. So please go support that one.
To add to that, Kaiser Jose says Dork 2 was ass. I'm not lying.
Oh no.
But he might not have liked it the same way you did. So we'll see what happens.
It might not be a sensibility. And then I'll also recommend the sci-fi figure from G.I. Joe Classified, which I picked up this week.
Is that a Halo?
Oh my God.
Every green guy with a gun is a Halo.
Dylan, explain to Wes what Halo is.
He's only got a PS3. He doesn't even know anything about what a Halo is.
Listen, man, we're not super rich like you guys. I got 3 kids. I got a wife.
An Xbox is like $5 now.
But then I'd have to change up and go to a new console.
I forgot HDMI cords are just Pandora's box for you. It's too.
The art in Thundar is really good. Like I do recommend it for that reason, but the story I'm not in love with yet. We'll see if it grabs me.
Who else we got? Dylan, did you recommend books yet?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Do you recommend people go up to you at Emerald City Comic Con and ask for your autograph?
I don't care. Sure.
Sign my
forehead. They go up. I recommend they go up to Dylan and ask to see the gun show.
Yeah.
He's in there with the tank top.
It's actually, it's cold in Seattle. It's not summer in Texas.
Buy him a beer.
Balls off.
So we take Dylan for a beer and a sandwich, please.
Shit. But yeah, there's some good comics this week. I enjoyed Batman number 7. This has been picked up. The last 3 issues of Fractions Batman I've actually enjoyed. The beginning was not my cup of tea, but starting with issue 5, it's actually been pretty good. I like it. And Jorge Jimenez on art, so it looks great. Absolute Superman, same deal, where I did not like it at first, but these past 2 issues have been good. Ever since Hawkman came in, you got Juan Ferreira on art, so it looks incredible. We get a little Parasite story here. I really enjoyed it. JSA number 17, really enjoying the year 1 story that's been going on there. Daredevil Punisher, The Devil's Trigger, which is Jimmy Palmiotti's Punisher Daredevil book. That's a side piece to Welcome Back Frank. This is the final issue. It's been really good and I liked it. And then Sacrificers number 19, which is incredible. Rick Remender is firing on all cylinders with this and Escape. It's great.
All right, Aaron, did you say you're going to be at MegaCon?
Yes, I'm going to be at MegaCon. So I will,
I will be there. And AL's cousins will also be at MegaCon, confirmed.
Oh, cool. I've got some stuff to read from AL. I'm hoping to do it today. So to dig into it. So I'll be happy to see your cousins, and I will have books for you, AL, that I will send back with them.
Very nice. Dylan, you got any videos that you put up or planning to put up in the near future?
Yeah, I'd post a video going over DCKO number 5, my thoughts on it, what it means for like the future DC and everything. So that's up. And I've also been on Twitch. I've been streaming the new Resident Evil, so that's been fun.
Is it good?
It is. It's really fun.
Is it as scary as the first one?
Well, it's way different than the first one, but it's been pretty scary because you have two different characters you play as. You have Grace and Leon. So Grace's section, she's like a desk jockey FBI agent that's been sent to the scariest place imaginable. Hers, you can choose first or third person. I chose first person because it makes it scarier. Hers are terrifying. She has no idea what to do. When she fires the gun, the recoil sends her flying back. And it's like terrifying. Leon, you're John Wick. He's dealt with zombies before. He's old. He's like roundhouse kicking guys. So it's hilarious when you switch because one section you're terrified, and the next you're just like taking out everyone. So it's been pretty fun. I've been
So the
enjoying it.
game
awesome
swaps you
1-2
between the
punch.
characters, or you
Yeah.
pick one?
No, you switch off. So you play as two different characters, and it's recommended to play as, like with Leon, it's only third person because it's like action. But with her, you can play as third or first. I'd recommend first because it makes it more like intense, and they give you intentionally like a tight FOV, so it's more intense and scary. And I've been enjoying it. It's been really fun.
What
So
a
it
great
gets a
innovation
recommend.
for that franchise to do both types.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool. Last but not least, what's your Twitch channel? Is it just a Real Comic Book Gamer as well?
No, it's the same as my Twitter handle, _RCBG.
All right. So if you
What
want
if
to
I
go
want to
and
watch
join him
you
on
play?
Twitch,
What if I want to watch you play Resident Evil, but I don't want to go to Twitch? Is there any other? Do you put those anywhere else?
I'll post I cut up highlights and I'll post on my second channel, which is Papa Bean, which that has a whole lore behind that name, but
you've got a whole other YouTube channel called Papa
yeah,
Bean?
I have a
Really?
second channel where I just post random gaming stuff.
Is it a
And
red
I'm
bean?
gonna be no. It's because it's essentially I used to play Star Wars Battlefront a lot with my friends, and those are like some of my most popular videos. But I had a friend named Himps who knew nothing about Star Wars, nothing at all, and he was getting chased by Palpatine, and he yelled, "Papa Bean is chasing me," and that's where that came from.
That's canon now. Papa Bean.
Like completely in all earnesty, he was like, "Papa Bean is chasing," because he had no idea who he is.
You will pay for your lack of beans and rice.
That's pretty good. So there you go. I didn't even realize Dylan had a second channel.
Yeah.
But if they want to check out the Twitch, it's at @the_RCBG.
Yep.
All right, Doc. Last but not least, you got anything you want to recommend this week?
Oh, I'm going to recommend you guys go and check out our conversation about Joe Quesada and our review of Moonstar. Number one, it's going to be up on the Patreon and the channel memberships. I don't know if it's going to go on to the regular channel this week, but we'll see. And otherwise, I'm going to recommend we will start with X-Men 12. First appearance of the Juggernaut. And mine's only a 3.5. Oh, God, there's so much fucking glare. You guys can't see shit. There's so much glare today. But, yeah. Uncanny X-Men, number 12. First appearance of the Juggernaut. It's, it's a really wildly priced book. Then we will go with, this is from, I think, last week before maybe.
Last week.
Yeah, final issue of Spider-Man and Wolverine. Unfortunately, because, Marvel just keeps canceling all the fucking good books. So there's the other one of two Marvel books that I was buying every month. Now it's down back to just Amazing Spider-Man. Speaking of Amazing Spider-Man, ASM 262. I always loved this Fumetti cover.
Me too.
It's
I love
like
that
Bobby Flay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Weird.
So, yep. And then finally, actually, you know what? I picked this up a couple of weeks ago. This Banshee figure. And I really, really like it. The old school Banshee. It's just a really good looking action figure. And then picked this
Master
guy
Chief.
up last night. Yes, it's definitely Master Chief. 100% Master Chief.
Is that
The
Halo?
Grim Viper. Yes, it's Halo. It is. He
That's
is
Sean
Halo.
Halo.
Yeah, the hero
It's
of the Halo
Jimmy
game.
Halo.
I thought it was a heavy clone trooper with that Gatling gun thing from Battlefront 2.
But yeah, this figure is really fucking cool, and I mean that is one massive gun.
It's kind of Hasbro's
looks...
apology for making the Range Viper a Walmart exclusive, and so a lot of people didn't get them. So people are still hoping for a retro release. But yeah, it is a nice version of a Range Viper.
It is. It's the Grim Viper. I picked it up.
Subhuman said his name was Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
Like he could crack a walnut.
John Halo, the Master Cheeks.
That's what people called the character in the show because they had him naked all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They call him.
I thought that was a good joke. It wasn't even a good joke.
It was still a good joke.
Oh, Dylan ruined it. Apparently,
Dylan didn't ruin it. He just gave you the origin of it.
Yeah.
He gave us context to the joke.
Yeah, and then he fucks one of the Covenant.
Oh, you start calling someone Master Cheeks. That's a pretty good nickname. Not quite.
Master Clapping Cheeks.
Does he bang one of the elites, Dylan? Is it like we're
that would have actually been good.
All right, well, this was a fun show. Thank you so much for joining us, Rini. I hope we didn't get too out of bounds on you.
Oh no, definitely.
I apologize for Eric, but we really can't stop him at this point.
No, you guys are great. It's always so much fun coming on here. Thank you for having me on the show, and thank you, chat, for being there. And a couple of people did back the Fiendish 3 campaign, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys rock.
Very awesome.
Thanks
and everybody have a great weekend.
Get out.
Bye.
Go home.